Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to our Tuesday morning stream. We've got Lego Pokemon now. It's, frankly, it's massive. It's gigantic. These are not small boxes. We are? All right. So we're going to say Lego Pikachu break, because that's happening. Buying slabs. I'm buying slabs. Let's see. Buying slabs. Hot booster pack splits. I think the splits are ending today. I think that's good enough. That's 3 items. Okay, we're going to hit save. Hey, there we go. Mike Side's got the image up real fast. Thank you, Mike Side. How's it going, guys? It's 3-3 already. It's almost payday, Mike Side. We're going live for, let's see, Tuesday morning. Haha. We got Advanced Wars playing again. This is one of the later games, though. It's called Dual Strike. So it's got a couple more songs in it than the others. All right. What is this? Mod chat went off in the other one. Let's see. All right. We'll jump in here. There we go. And what's this? Huh. Interesting. Discord's got a new feature where it tries to predict who an adult is. That's very fascinating. All right. So Sarah Dusenberry had an order last night that did not get serviced. We're going to have to service that. We have to service it. We can't wait for her to join because it's a time-sensitive order. It's Poke Shuffles and live customs, I believe. So those cannot wait. We can't delay those. Here we are. Let's get the website in here. Welcome back, guys. This is the morning stream. All right, so that's pinned. I didn't like last night that we were only live for like a little over 2 hours. I got to start the evening stream sooner. I just have to. It's really hard to. It's not easy. All right, let's see. What do we got over here? ChatGPT. Oh, right. We got a new thing we're doing, right? We're repricing one item on the menu every day. So today shall be Gem 2. Are you ready? All right. Gem 2 case. Let's get it. Pokemon Gem 2 case. All right. And now let's go find out what the cheapest Gem 2 case looks like. I don't know how many packs are in a Gem 2 box. Let's see. Does it say in the description here? It doesn't say in the description. That's very inconvenient. I'm very inconvenienced. Let's go find a box of Gem 2, shall we, everybody? I think there's one nearby. They got to make these consistent, at least. That's a big problem, not having a consistency. Oh. All right. You'll notice this music sounds vaguely like Paper Mario, Thousand Year Door, because it's the same artist. We are. Okay. Let's turn on the iPad as well. Before we truly get started, I should be able to see your messages. Hello, everyone. Welcome. How's it going? Let's jump in here. It's another day. Yay! Are you guys working on your card collection? I'm always working on my card collection. Let's see. I have a very bad allergies still. I'm watching the news all day long. I'm watching that Iran war. Let's see. That's got me glued a little bit to the TV screen. A little more than usual, maybe. There we go. Now let's go ahead and pop this out, shall we? Pop out chat. And there we go. We should have it. So we're going to open this to determine how many packs are in here. Hey, mister, how are you today? Mister, if I pay for shipping, how much would it be? Or do you recommend that I wait until the PSA submission has returned? Hey, you can ship anytime you want to. You don't have to wait for the PSA return. You are? All right. Ready? Okay. Just depends on when you feel like getting your cards back. The only rule really is ship before 1 full year has passed. That's the only real rule. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or pay $5 to refresh the dates on your bag. So you could do that too. It's kind of like paying a $5 storage fee per year. It's virtually nothing. I mean, that's less than $1 per month. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So only 15 packs in Gem 2. It's not like Gem 3. Gem 3 has 18 packs per box. How confusing. Because that's Gem 1 or Gem 2 and Gem 3. That's not a good way to design your product. They shouldn't do it that way. So it is Tuesday, and we are repricing a new item on our menu like I said we would. I said we'd do 1 item per day. Yesterday, we lowered the price of Gem 3 by like $3. It got way cheaper. We're testing Gem 2 now. But let's begin by calculating the value of a box. So we're selling our box at $105 per box. All right, now let's go see what the case goes for. A case should be 20 boxes, if I'm not mistaken. And it has, from the looks of it, it has a very similar... Oh, this is Gem Pack Volume 3. That's why it looks similar. Okay, hold on. We're looking for Gem Volume 2. Volume 2. Okay. This work on pricing is so important because it helps us predict trends. It helps you predict what's going to happen next. It tells me, do I want to buy more Gem 3? Because Gem 3 right now is a little bit cheap. From the looks of it, Gem 3 is on sale. All right, now the crazy part is Gem 2 seems to have gotten much, much more expensive. Okay, divided by 20, divided by, let's see. Hold on, let me do this one more time. Okay, divided by 20, divided by 15. All right, the price of Gem 2 is going to go down, though. I guess our price was just too high. So it shall be $5 a pack now for Gem 2 and $75 per box. There you go. All right, I'm hitting save on that. So now we will move the bookmark onto Gem 2. That is the last one we repriced. Tomorrow we'll be repricing 151 Journey. So take a look at the menu. Gem 3 and Gem 2 are much cheaper. Notably, we don't have Gem 1 up here. Should we get Gem 1? Gem 1's Captain Pikachu. Let's see what Gem 1 case costs. Maybe we should try to get one of those onto the menu for fun. They have unique cards. A lot of Iranians thanking the USA. I saw that. It was all over my social media. You know, there was so much negativity when the war started, and I totally get that. I felt negative about it too because it's very stressful, and I'm tired of not having enough money at home in America. But, I mean, he was a nasty dude. He killed so many of his own people. 10 to 30,000 protesters were just killed, like, in January of this year because they were revolting against the theocratic regime. So they just killed them all. And that's, like, really horrifying if you think about it. It's almost like a genocide. Not quite, but pretty close. It's like, if you're not part of our group, our religious group, we kill you all. So this is pretty close to a genocide. They were doing that over there. And, okay, so we've got prices on... No, that's Volume 2. Where's Volume 1? Okay, so here's some Volume 1. Okay, we got some Volume 1 prices. Actually, here's a Volume 1 price right here in the U.S. We might have to buy one of these. We're buying one of these. This is good. We're going to pick one of these up. All right, so Gem 1's going to come to the menu. Maybe right now. You guys want Gem 1 added to the menu right now? Because this is a replacement case. We already have cases. Let's see. I want you guys to have the best group of booster packs possible over here to open up. Okay, so this is divided by 20. So it looks like our goal will be to sell these for about $85 a box. Let's see. So let me go get a case of Gem 1 in here. Hold on, guys. I'm getting Gem 1. All right, sorry about that. It was hard to find. Here we are. I only had one case of it. So I only had one case of Gem 1. Whew. So there it is, Gem 1, back on the menu. We have to find out how many packs are in here. All right. I've seen that so many innocent lives lost by the Iranian dictator. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if you're killing 30,000 protesters, how do we just watch that and just, like, not even blink? We're like, whatever. That's a kind of a big story, isn't it? That just kind of came and went. It's so normalized now. It's like, yeah, it's Iran. Of course they're killing 30,000 of their own people. No one here freaked out when they heard it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, there we go. 15 of these. We're like, so what? That's their thing. We got our thing going on. All right, so it looks like we're going to do, I'm going to do $6 a pack for Gem 1, okay? Gem 1's the oldest one. So a total box of Gem 1 shall be $90. Fresh case, by the way, I will say that. Gem 2 is going to be $5, $75 a box. We're going to set this on Gem 1 now because we finished Gem 1 as well. And Gem 3 is $4. You know, I'm going to go ahead and make it $5. So Gem 3 shall be $5 as well, just to make things simple. And it comes out to $90 a box. There we go. A total revamp on Gem 1, 2, and 3. Let's go update our website. How's it going, guys? Place some orders on these revamped Chinese gem products. I'd love to open some for you. They're pretty cool. Okay, we don't even have Gem 1 in the menu. We're going to add CH Pokemon Gem Pack Volume 1. All right. CH Pokemon Gem Volume 1. All right. Volume 1, Chinese Pokemon Gem Volume 1. A whole box has 15 boosters in it. The regular price shall be $5. A whole box is 15 booster packs. All right, we're going to hit publish. So Gem 1's in the menu now on our website. Whoa, are we still there? Are we still there? Mister, did you get my pack split order? I think I've seen it. Yeah, I think I've seen it. Are we still here? Who can still see us? Tell me if you can still see the stream, okay? I hit publish, and when I did, it seemed like it knocked the stream out for a second there. These Chinese? Gem 1, 2, and 3 are Chinese sets. They're Chinese exclusive sets. All right, now we're going to change. I kind of want to trash this, actually. I wonder if I could just trash all of these. So let me trash this. I don't want it to be multi-option items. And I'm going to trash this real fast. So I'm trashing all the multi-items off of the menu in our website. All right, good. So we trashed those. Only Gem 1 exists now on our website. We're doing a little editing of our menu, everybody. Welcome in. Come in, say hi. What's on your mind today? Okay, so we're going to add a new product again. So this shall say Volume 2. Let's see, Chinese Gem Volume 2. 15 packs in a box. This is the Evolutions set. Includes exclusive Chinese artworks. All right, so there's some description. 15 packs per box, and regular price, what was it, $5? Okay, so I believe that one was also $5. Let's go ahead and publish this. That's Chinese Gem 1 with Captain Pikachu as top chase. Yes, Captain Pikachu, everybody. It's a cool card, man. We haven't opened it in a while, so we used to open it a lot, actually. So $5, $5, and then $6 for Gem 3. We're making Gem 3 next. So we're going to add one more new product. There's no pictures anymore. We'll have Tammy update the pictures. Chinese Pokemon Gem 3. This set has 18 packs per box. The chase cards include exclusive artworks for Cubone and Gengar and a few others. All right, I think there's actually a total of 4 exclusive artworks. Like Meowth is also in there. All right, regular price $6. No, it's volume 1 that's $6, right? Hold on, wait. Let me make sure I'm getting these prices right. Gem 1's the only one that's $6, so I think I might have priced that wrong the first time. So this is actually $5. Short description: 18 packs per box, not 15 packs. It's a very weird thing, you know. Also, I don't think I got this in the right product category. So let's make sure we put this in Chinese Pokemon. There we go. So we're going to publish that. That was Chinese Volume 3. We're going to go back to Volume 1 and 2 and update them to be in the Chinese category. We're also going to make sure that Volume 1 was correctly priced, because I think I gave it the wrong price. All right, we're going to go into Edit. Yeah, I gave it the wrong price. So this shall be $6. Good. And the category shall be Chinese Pokemon cards. Almost done here, guys. You know, it's actually really a nice thing to do this update in the beginning of the stream, because there's usually not too many orders in the first, 10, 15 minutes anyways. It's just people coming in, saying hi, wondering what's for sale. All right, we're going to jump back over here to products. And so it's just, oh, why is it in 2 categories? Uncategorized. That's so weird. So we're going to add it, Gem Volume 2. And it shall not be in uncategorized. It shall be in Chinese. One Piece. Where's Pokemon? Tops. Wow, Tops. All right, Chinese. We're going to hit update on that. All right, there it is. So Chinese Gem 1 back on the menu. $5 a pack, a really good price. And what you just saw over the last 2 streams, Gem 3, that's the Gengar set, has been significantly reduced. Way down from like $8 or $7 a pack to $5 a pack. And Gem 2 is $2 cheaper as well. That's great. So we were lowering prices for you guys. That's what we were doing there. Lowering prices and getting a new product on the menu. That's great. That's what I really should be doing to keep this stream popping and alive. You are okie dokie, mister. You are back. It's back. You're good. We're back. All right, good. I don't know. Was I talking to nobody? Where are my Happy Meals? Yeah, have they announced the have they announced the McDonald's collab with Pokemon yet? I don't think they have yet. So we're still in the dark about whether or not they're going to reprint Burger Chew, which is a big deal, by the way. Sarah Dusenberry's turn. So this is Sarah's turn. AFH, the creepy dough. The creep dough. What? We want Diglett's. Mr. had an order overnight. If anything, yes, sir. All right, let me get started, guys. Sarah Dusenberry's actually first. She had the first order. 2 live customs. This is from yesterday. We just didn't do it for her. 2 live customs, Sarah Dusenberry. I don't think she's here. Thank you, mister, for the store credit. Oh, yeah, you got a giant store credit. Where'd that go? Is it in the box? Or did I throw it away? How much was it for? Can you remind me? I think I threw it away. All right, you ready? 1, 2. Thank you, Sarah. Cold. And the Pig Night. All right, Pig Night it is. We didn't do this for Sarah, right? I don't think we did. I'm pretty sure we didn't. 352, nice. That's a lot, dude. I appreciate the selling the cards back. You know, it's funny. We've been so successful that we're actually low on slabs. We needed more slabs than I actually got graded. So I guess we've had an increase in sales, an increase in volume, and we're not keeping up. So we got a couple extra slabs because you sold them back. That's good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 is the bonus. All right. Yeah, it's a good thing because we were running kind of low. So we didn't need to put those up for consignment. You just get paid out instantly. We'll add those into inventory. Oh, that's a cold round. I'm so sorry. That's really tough. I'm so sorry, Sarah. That's a really tough round. She's probably rewatching this on the replay. Do we have a giveaway card yet? Did we hand it out last night? We handed it out last night. We need a new giveaway card. Here you go, Sarah. Here's the new giveaway card. We'll put you on here, Sarah. It's a cute little Growlithe Tag 9. Yeah, I just say PSA by default, don't I? Call everything PSA 9. So here's a free $19 Growlithe. Actually, I priced it at $16. That's not its real value. Its real value is most likely higher than that. I was just trying to sell it at $16 to get rid of it quick. The reality is probably more like a $20 card. That's the reality. If you took it to a card show and put it for sale for $20, it would sell. But we try to get rid of stuff fast over here, which is a benefit for you guys if you like cheap slabs. So that's the new free slab. Let me set up Nightbot. How's it going, guys? Happy Tuesday. Tuesday's traditionally a slower day of the week, so I'm not anticipating heavy sales, but you never know. Now, Sarah, did she get a box? She got a box. We are. That is a hits bag. Let's create a separate bag for non-hits. I'd be worried if you were on Law, you win a lot of those. Low on slabs, my butt. Grade that bulk to the moon. Yeah, well, I mean, the point is I didn't grade enough. It's not that I have not enough cards to grade. I got lots of cards to grade, but I didn't drip feed enough of it out, so I got to feed more of it out. Sarah, do some baby. All right. Two big things that have been on the menu is this Roaring Skies. I think it's done, actually. I'm not 100% sure about that. And this really expensive Team Rocket pack split. People have been jumping into this. It's not a low amount of money. This is serious money. $82 is a lot of money for anyone. So, but despite that, it's filling up. So, you know, people want to see that go off. Thank you, Sarah. Sorry about the bad outcome there. I'll put Sarah on this, right? That's what I was going to do. Here you go, Sarah. Maybe you get a free Growlithe tonight. All right, now let's start clearing up all the orders from oldest to newest. Sarah had the oldest one. Hey, I lost my connection. Mister, did my spot go in for the Roaring Skies? Hey, how's it going? Let me go find out. Gabriel Gallegos for the binder break. So the binder break is done. Don't try to buy into the binder break. And here it is, Brandon Boutillier. He says one spot in the pack split. Okay, here you go, Brandon. Let me get this for you. Mr. Brandon. Brandon Boutillier. All right. Mister, you buying slabs? Yeah, especially if you've already got it over here with me. I'm looking for some slabs to buy. You can negotiate a price. If you have a decent usable slab, I can offer an instant 75% buyout on it. Same as consignment, basically. Let's see. Brandon Boutillier. Oh, we're looking for this. My brain's not working. My brain's talking about consignment. So here's Roaring Skies. Also, if you have some cards you want to mail in, we're interested in that too. So I have too few of slabs all of a sudden. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're 8 deep on Roaring Skies. 2 spots remain. 2 spots, everybody. Mr. Why no Gundam packs? We played around with Gundam Japanese, and it did okay. I don't think it did amazing, but it did okay. It didn't spark like, you know, like my brain didn't say, we got to fill this up, you know. But if you're really wanting it, we could probably get the next series. Hey, that's me in the reflection. How fun. We could probably get more Gundam, especially Gundam English, because we only did Gundam Japanese last time. We are getting Riftbound, by the way. That is a new set, Riftbound. It's an experiment. Gabriel Gallegos says, get me in here. All right, so this is an overvalued round, really. We put in these 3 promos, and it's probably well over 160 already. And so I don't blame you for buying out both spots. You're taking a 50% shot at it. Gabriel, are you already here? Gabriel finishes this off. I like Gundam toys more. Hey, there we go. So this is complete. It's not a surprise. Again, it's probably got a value well over 160. So why not? Why not take a stab at it? We got 1, 2, 3, and 4. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. I sent for 2 spots in the Roaring Skies. You hear that, guys? Roaring Skies is complete. Completed. Okay. There we go. Okay. Oops. We'll just put Donald Duck into one of these real fast. All right. We got these 4 names. All right. So we're good to go. You ready? Here goes. All right, give me a number. I had a gentleman reach out saying he wants to help me buy booster boxes from Thailand. I'm super interested in that. 3. 1, 2, 3. I'm hoping he can give me a true connection because I've talked to guys in Thailand before, and they usually do not get the product very cheap. So they want to sell it kind of on the high side. And I go, well, I'm sorry, I got to keep buying Japanese then. Yeah, but I'm very interested in having somebody who can truly distribute the product to me into America. I'm very interested in that. I think Thai language cards just look super cool is all, you know? Adds a nice look to it, nice aesthetic. All right, give me a number. I will be in Thailand next week. Look at that, sleight of hand. Well, what I do is I take the cards behind the camera and I shuffle them back there so that you don't know the starting point of the shuffle. I don't want anyone being able to actually track where the names are just from memory. You know, like those ball and cup games. I don't want that because it needs to be randomized. Mr. Thomas says 2, 1, 2. Here you go, Thomas. Normally, I don't care, but with only 4 cards, it's pretty possible to just kind of track whose name went where. So we don't need that. All right. Come on now. Mr. Gabriel, you're first. Ooh, scary Gabriel. All right. And now, Mr. Brandon Boutillier. Sorry, Brandon. Brandon, what's in here? Oh, right. He just went to Roaring Skies. It confused me. Gabriel. Oh, I'm so sorry, Gabriel. That's really rough, man. And Jack Woodworth, then, is the one who pulls it. Jack Woodworth. All right. That's going to be how it crumbles. Something, the cookie. Binder break 9, Jack Woodworth. It's Jack in here. All right. That's tough, huh? I'll put you on this giveaway slab, too. I don't suppose Jack wants the Psyduck this time. Here we are. Scooby-Doo, dooby-doo, dooby-doo, doo-doo-doo, doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Jack is here. How about that? What's up, Jack? You just did pretty well right there. We don't have anybody in this box. An empty box. Wonder if that means we could use it for something else. Jack Woodworth. All right. So you got binder break 9. Pretty solid. I'll just put the whole thing in your bag. Easy, right? It's a small bag, so it fits in there easily. I guess that means we need to record who pulled it. I'm going to put you over here, Mr. Gabriel. Just like Sarah. It's pretty rough. She just missed on a $100 roll. All right, that's kind of how the table works. It's just random, and sometimes you hit, and sometimes you don't. But you really wanted to hit that one, so I feel bad for you. Let's see. We're going to Breaks History. What song is this? Lash? And that's interesting that I have it memorized, but I don't know who that is. All right. So this shall say... That's the robot, isn't it? There's a bad guy robot in the game. Binder Break 9. Jack Woodworth. 31 minutes. Whoa. So yesterday, Binder Break 8 went off. Today, Binder Break 9 went off. Can I take a stab and suggest that the Binder Breaks are kind of popular? I mean, they're doing well so far. I think people enjoy instead of just going strictly for graded cards, having an option to go for some ungraded cards. All right, and I certainly have plenty of those. There. I was shopping for poker cards last night, and it had me rethinking about all the poker cards I've been putting in here because, man, they're expensive as hell, dude. They're really expensive. This is binder break 10. Okay. What if I put a single ungraded card in binder break 10? And it was like $1,000 ungraded card. That'd be interesting. And we just up the number of spots in it. All right. Binder break number 10. Cool. Here's the Halo Sword for $285. Gundam MK2 for $100. And Super Mario Brothers for $80. The old made cards are very nice as well. Oh, those are fun. You like the old made cards? Maybe I'll put some old made cards in there. I can get some old made cards in there that are ungraded. You know, I sell them graded, but you might just enjoy collecting them ungraded. I don't know. Just some of the cute ones. Sorry about that, Gabriel. Who's next? We have an order. Maurice Aspiris. He says, I want to slab away the PSA 9 Unseen Forces for Alligator Reverse that's in the March Consignment Slabs channel. Please and thanks. No problem. Let's take a quick look. Looking for Alligator. Yeah, there were a couple big slabs in there, Pokemon slabs. And that for Alligator is one of them. I don't blame you. Those cards of the reverse hollows, those have gotten really pricey. Here's a more recent one from Mr. Team Rocket Grunt right there, guys. That's an Espeon 9. Of course, he's selling it because it's a 9, but that's just kind of how it goes. For you, it might be a really good card. You know, the 9s are much cheaper than the 10s, so it's a cheap card for what you're getting. It is. You just have to be accepting of a 9, which for some people it's pretty hard. Why am I not running into this? It shouldn't be deep in the box. Wait, what channel is it? Is it, well, let's see. I was going to say, is it only in the pricey channel or is it in the consignment channel too? Might not even be in this box. Might be in the other box. Oh my God. Oh, there it is. Ha, found him. All right, cool. Cool beans. Good luck on him. Hey man, for the bulk boxes, how much comes in them? Is it all just games within them? Hey, what's up, man? I don't even really have any spare bulk boxes. Some guy ordered like 57 of them or something, so I don't have any spare ones for you. We are. I'm pretty much maxed on those. This is the same guy who buys them every time. He just likes them, I guess. All right. Let me put this over here. Crazy because I only make like 1 per week, 2 per week. Well, it depends. Some weeks it's more than that. All right, but it just depends on what we're doing as a group. Sometimes a lot of money goes toward. Oh, we're showing off Lego Pokemon in the thumbnail. We gotta get that Pikachu up. Duh. So okay, we gotta focus on Pikachu. Forgot about that. He's not on the table, so I forgot about it. All right, for Alligator, Maurice. Here you go, Maurice. That's a Yolan? Okay, Maurice. Good. Dang, I want 57 bulk boxes. Yeah, I wonder where does he get the money for it? I wish I could ship it in a special way to him to save money on all that shipping. So, going to slab-away, to the M's. Let's see, right here, it's going to say March 26, Maurice Aspiris, PSA 9 for Alligator Reverse, 270. Oh, it should say Yolan. There we go. So that we know whose it is. And you sent in 40, so it's down to $250 remaining. That's all taken care of. We have one more step. We need to go eliminate it from the channels so that people don't believe it's still for sale, because it's not. So let me go delete the old January channel. Oh, right. We need to rotate expensive slabs, don't we? So we're in a big rotation on our slabs all the time, and it's time for the pricey slabs to have their rotation. So we're going to come over here and say fur alligator sold. And now we're going to go to consignment. We have to say it over there too, because he's in both places actually. Let's find him. Shouldn't take too long. We're ready for more consignments. We got space for anyone who just wants to dump some cards off here. All right, there we go. We got more space for consignment now. Now that Pikachu, I want to show it off on the table, but I can't. It's too big. I really do. I want to show it off on the table. It's really fun, but it does not fit on the table. You know, the big one's hurt. Let's see. We're going to go over here to the announcements channel in our Discord server. It's much larger than you think it is. But here he is. It's a really gigantic box. And that is Lego Pikachu. And we're ready to host a break on that. Okay. How much is the Lego break? Undecided so far. We're about to calculate it right now. Okay, we're going to head over here. You guys told me you wanted me to host a break on it. So that's why we did that. So we're going to check Walmart and base the break off of Walmart's price plus a premium on it. I have to make a little money, right? So we're going to say Pikachu, Lego. I can't break even. I'll be sad if I break it. Whoa, he's kind of pricey. All right. Wow, I'm impressed with how expensive this is. I know that people always, they pay a lot of money for these Legos. And so I'm not surprised by that. But let me see, what is he on eBay as well? Pikachu Lego box. Can we see the Lego gym badges? I didn't get those. As I didn't avoid them either. They didn't come to me. There was none. All right, so we see a price over here as well. So he's about the same price on eBay. Let's see. Divided by 40, maybe. I mean, he's expensive enough that it can be a $40 break. So you saw the image on my phone, but again, he's not going to fit on the table. We're going to have to create a sort of item like this. What we're going to say is Lego Pikachu. It's going to be $40. And it's going to be a 1 in 10, 1 in 10 break. Pretty straightforward there. Okay. We're going to grab a sleeve. So you can have a $40 shot at getting the Pikachu. If you pull the Pikachu, you'll need to pay $15 shipping on it as well, which you won't mind because you did very well if you pulled the Pikachu. Don't know why I sleeved that. That didn't need a sleeve. Old habits. That's weird. You should have gotten them Lego badges. Let me see. Why didn't I get the Lego badges with my order? Whoa, you can see high demand and limited stock. The badge set was a gift with purchase available while supplies last. Yeah, I did order the thing you have to order to get them. You had to order the Venusaur Charizard Blastoise set before February 27th. Let's see. The offer was only for a limited time. I can go buy the badge set for you guys off of eBay. Badge Lego box. Let's see how much the badge costs by itself. Is it a crazy price? Pika is still at retail on Lego website. Yeah, I know, but we're not selling at retail. That's how it works. All right, let's see. All right, so here is a pre-sale for one in hand today. So I'll go ahead and pick up one of these badges. Let me tell you how it works. We sell it over retail. That's how I make a profit. All right. That's how the break works, I'm afraid. You don't have to participate. You can just watch other people play it. I asked people if they wanted to do it, and I specifically told them that's how it would work. We are. I'm saying 400 is crazy markup. I'm not saying to make a profit. Oh, you don't like the markup. Okay. I mean, we can have a reasonable conversation about that too. What did I go with? Let's see. I found a price on Walmart for like 300, right? For Lego. And so that's 300 before taxes. And I pay a processing fee of 3.5% when you buy from me. And then any profit I make is taxable too. So when you buy this right here, notice how when you check out, you don't pay any taxes when you check out. Well, that doesn't mean there was no taxes. I'm paying the taxes. So we're paying the government taxes on the sale of this. So taxes calculates the value of the item if you were to go buy it, and then the cost when we sell it, and then a 3.5% processing fee, and then there has to be like a profit margin of like, I don't know, like 25%. That's very common for businesses, about 25%. It's not that unreasonable. If you think the markup is too high, it's just, I don't know, don't buy it then. That's the only thing I can say is that's what shopping's all about. Shopping is all about finding what you think is a good value. You might think this one's overpriced, and then you might find something else that you like. You are, but that's how it's got to be here because that's how we acquired these at full price. We paid taxes when we acquired this. All right, you ready? So, why I got a cut on my thumb? Okay, so we're gonna say Lego. All right. It's just a bit of fun, really. If it doesn't sell, maybe I'll just open it and build the Pikachu. I don't care. Doesn't matter to me. Look at this Lego Pikachu. So there it is. You want to see a picture of him? Add one more spot, maybe. Oh, you want a slab involved too. That's an interesting concept. So we've done stuff like that before with like 2 slabs. There it is again, guys. It's a rather large Pikachu. Beautiful. You might pull him for 40 bucks. There it is. You don't have to do that. You could just go to Walmart and buy one. There it is. It's technically per dollar cheaper to do that, and you get it guaranteed. We just host breaks because that's what we are. We're a breaks channel. So you can have fun with breaks if you like breaks. That's all it is. Easy. All right, so what's next? We got the Pikachu up. We took care of Maurice. We got Aaron Rodriguez. 10 Ghost of the Past. Please toss the hollers. Also, I have a few cards in my bag that I would want to send to PS, but would like your opinion as to what to send. Can you help? What's the cost? Please let me know. So you need to purchase some bag sorts maybe, and you can also get pre-grades on specific cards. A bag sort is $3. A pre-grade is $3. We try to have it be cheap to do that because we want you to know what you got. But we also try to understand that there's a time constraint to it. We can't spend like 30 minutes on it unless there's like $3 involved, you know what I'm saying? So, okay, let's get those 10 Ghosts of the Past. Love it, man. I'm a big fan of the Ghost of the Past set, man. This is a top seller. It's been a top seller for a long time. Candy Babe is based. How do I can never see Candy Babe talking over here. Let me hit refresh. I want to see Candy Babe talking. Can I see that? I have to get into top chat. I'm sorry, into all chat. It's not letting me into it. I can't see what she's saying. It's so sad. All right. Hey, man, for the book boxes, how much comes in them? It's all just games within them. Now, wait a second. Why is it doing that? Here we go. It is. I hope you build it. I'm not saying not to make a profit, and okay, I got you. I was just saying if... Are we back? Is it lagging? Oh, no. You know, I didn't even see you guys saying that. It says we have 1 viewer. What the hell? That's not good. Hold on, let's open this up. The stream is buggy. Well, that was all, folks. It's back. I am so sorry. Not only was the stream buggy, but I was not getting any of your messages either. So I didn't see that you guys were telling me it was buggy. Wow, that sucks, man. Oh, I hate the color in the background right now. That sucks because he actually pulled an awesome card, by the way. Let's get some different colors back here. All right, so you guys missed this. It is. All right. Look, now it's still not telling me any new comments from you guys. Let me hit refresh again. And the stupid woodpecker is hitting the side of the house right now, by the way. Let me tell Karis this. Woodpecker is back, destroying the home. What's curious is I know the woodpecker can hear me, but he just doesn't care. So let me zoom in here. I'm going to mute the camera and slam the wall really loud, okay, guys? So let me mute this. I actually saw him fly off. I saw it from the window. It's a small woodpecker. It's not a very large one. He flew off into the tree. Man, I wish there was a way to permanently stop him. We got 28 viewers. All right, guys, it's been a fun stream. No, I'm just kidding. Is it really 28? Caca, that Mr. Woodpecker's hitting the desk. I know, man. All right, so we pulled this beautiful dark-armed dragon for Aaron Rodriguez. We're actually having good luck here, guys. Look at this. Man, that's beautiful. That's great. Okay, some technical difficulties today, huh, guys? Okay, so there's that. Maybe 2 ghost rares. Doubtful, but it's not impossible. We opened multiple boxes. And there was that bonus pack, right? All right, so, okay. So you're going to get Dark-Armed Dragon. It really seems like my tab for the comment section is broken. Let me just close it entirely. I'm going to close that. I'm going to close this. I'm going to close this. And then we're going to pop this out. Maybe I'll just leave it like this. Actually, can I go to all chat from here? Let's go to live chat. What are these stuff? Yeah, what are these stuff? All right, there we go. I'm on live chat now. I should be able to see everybody's comments. Is it 1 ghost per box? No. No, I wish it was. No, these are shockingly rare. There's maybe 2 to 3 of these per case. They're very rare. And it's one of Yu-Gi-Oh's finest things that they sell. They look amazing. Man, I'm tempted to go buy one right now. Just go have one in my collection for a little while. It's a great thing. All right, Aaron Rodriguez. So he wants to look around at what he's got. You could even use your information about what you got in here to do some, not just grading, but to also, look at this, guys, Red Dragon Archfiend. Not just for grading, but also to eliminate some stuff from your bags for like trading and stuff like that, because we have those trade slabs. What is the trade slab right now? Venusaur, Charizard, Master Ball, Celio, Charizard. You got some stuff. All right. If you need individual pre-grades, send $3 per pre-grade. If you don't have $3 for pre-grade, trade some of the junk out of your bag for pre-grade. Say, here, take some of my stuff. Give me pre-grades in exchange. There we go. Okay. Wow, he pulled a God Rare, Dark Armed Dragon. He totally pulled a Ghost Rare. Very lucky. Okay, guys, so we had our conversation about the Lego break. Very cool. Aaron Rodriguez. Did he have anything else? I think that was it. Javier Arroyo used the store credit to finish the Roaring Skies. All right, we're finally caught up to that. So, Javier. $352, right? Was that the amount? So, Javier sold me back some of his slabs, and now he has $352. Look how that color blue turns the screen red. Isn't that annoying? You know what? Get rid of this blue card. Get that out of here. We'll do purple. Just so it can't trigger me. 352. So 14.5 times 2 is 29. So we need 352 minus 29, which is 323 remaining. So we are splitting the pack split. If you guys are watching, Pokemon I have the Gold Garden War. So cool. We're running 2 pack splits because one of them's super expensive. So I thought we better have a cheap one as well. There it is. And let's get all the names involved. It is Roaring Skies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And there's going to be 9, 10 for Javier. Hey, what's up, Ball of Corn? How's it going? Kill the woodpecker. I know, he's nuts, man. So we got 10 of these. Good. We're ready to rock and roll with this Roaring Skies, everybody. Okay. Do a little shuffle now. So this is called a pack split if you're watching and you've never seen one of these. Essentially, everyone is buying one card in the pack and you get a randomly drawn card. You're hoping to get the rare spot. Okay, so you can see we've had a nice, good shuffle. And now the audience splits the deck. Okay, guys, send in a number. Oh, yeah, you're back. I can see your messages, Kenny Babe, because I went to live chat. Yeah, I guess our stream like wigged out for. I've gone ahead and reset the phone. Who's still here? Mr. Lack switching again. No. Can you guys see me? Can you hear me? Dead stream. We are having consistent internet problems. You know, it actually started at the beginning of the stream. We had internet problems. Let me ask Karis if she's having any problems on her side. Might be time to cycle our router. You know, we haven't cycled it in a long time, actually. Okay. Yes, refresh. Oh, it was lagging. All right, here we go. We're going to go ahead and reshuffle. We can't. That's not acceptable for you guys to not see the split there, so we're going to reshuffle just real fast. Doesn't matter. All right, give me another number. Hey, what's up, CS man? I might ask you to crack some of the cards, though. I can do that for you. Also, you owe me $44 because PSA upcharged. I can also send you a receipt for that if you need it directly from PSA. PSA upcharged like 2 of your cards. So Bob says 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, there you go. Yeah, PSA did a little upcharge on your cards. Not too bad. Some people had to, one person, Sarah, had to pay $292 because she got a manga 10. It's really insane. Here goes. Oh, snap. Sending right now. Perfect. So then you're all good on that. Ooh, somebody's getting a meowth. Look at that. Hopefully something good in there, right, guys? Okay, we'll just get rid of this. How's college going? Is it going well? Okay, let me grab this. I can definitely crack some cards for you. It costs about $5 per card to do that for you, all right? I could probably do it for less. I could probably do it for $4. Just bear in mind, you also agree if I damage your card, womp, you're out. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not insured or anything. It's just, you trust me not to hurt your cards. Here's Silcoon for Emmanuel Valencia. Emmanuel. You know, for these cheaper splits, it almost feels like it would make more sense for it all to go to one person. Would you guys like that? There's Elijah. Edward. Edgar. Emmanuel Valencia. I have midterms tomorrow. Ugh. Yuck! You know, someday you're all done with school and you never go back. And it's the best feeling in the world. You never do another midterm again. You never take another test again. It's the nicest feeling in the world. Here's Garrett Nadald. You know, the problem with school, Mr. CS Man, is a lot of it is just like memorizing the encyclopedia. That's all it is. You're just memorizing the encyclopedia. Here's Garrett Nadal, Stephen. It's very silly in a world where we have the internet. But, you know, I guess it tests who's smart and who's not. I don't know. It's weird because I'm not even sure if it truly correlates with who's successful in the end. Garrett Nadal, did he not just ship? He just shipped. Let's get him a fresh bag, everybody. He just shipped. I kind of want you to try to see if I should regrade any of my 9s or lower. How much would that cost? It's possible to have me do that. Well, normally a pre-grade is $3. So I can pre-grade any of your cards for $3, including your slabs that you're interested in regrading. And I'll give you my true opinion on them to see if they're worth it. All right, so that I think that's pretty fair, right? Because it requires the same skill set. That is an interesting skill to ask for, because I usually only do that for myself. Never done that for anyone else. All right, there we go. Fresh bag. Garrett Adult. Now we have Javier Arroyo. Mr. Javier. That's number 3, isn't it? Okay, number 3. So this is an uncommon. You're really close to the rare there. Boom. Dragonair. Beautiful. So Javier pulling Dragonair. You got really close there. You almost sniped the rare. Don't sell your jungle hollows. Ooh, yeah, I liked your jungle hollows, man. They were pretty. They are. What do you think, CS-Man? You think you made some of your money back on those? I think you did pretty freaking good. Because I know those packs probably cost you like 500-ish. I don't remember what we charged you for them. Let's see. PSA 10, Japanese Jungle Vaporeon. Japanese Jungle Vaporeon. There's one for sale for 4,500. Yeah, that's pretty good. That's like, what is that times 500? Like 9 or something? I don't remember exactly what you paid. You might have paid as high as like 700, but yeah, you like more than quadrupled, but you did well on those. It's all luck, baby. Yeah, it's just pure luck. What we're doing here is luck too. Oh, you got it anyways. All right. All that shuffling and your cards stay together. How weird is that? How weird is that? So you're going to get the rare. Okay, Javier Royal. It's curved. I suspect it's at least hollow, but you never know for sure. Okay, and who's going to get the reverse hollow? South Dakota. Oh, Sarah Dusenberry. She's going to get the reverse hollow. All right, cool, man. Mister, you just did Eric. That was Eric's card. Eric gets the hit. Oh! Hold on, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, wait a second. This does go to Eric. All right, Eric Rodriguez. And in fact, Javier was after that, which means he gets the reverse hollow. Still a good situation for you, because reverse hollows can be really lucky in this set. But that does mean Sarah Dusenberry is going to be the one who pulls. I'm sorry, Sarah. Dratini. All right, Sarah Dusenberry, Dratini. Sorry about that. You guys are right. It's because I was talking about something while I was working. It's so easy to get distracted, and your brain has to do this perfectly. So there we go. Good catch, everyone. Good job, everybody. Keep an eye on me. I make mistakes like that sometimes, and they can be pretty annoying. Here's Garrett Nadal. He had 2 spots in here. Eric gets the hit. Eric gets the rare spot. That's right. And here is Garrett Nadal picking up this adorable Shuffle. Here it is. So Javier, he still gets a hollow, so he's not in too bad of shape. But Sarah Dusenberry actually pulled a common. Oops. There we go. And now we've got Sarah Dusenberry. She did pull Dratini. Dratini's nice. And she pulled Natu. That's so cute. So a good-looking Natu card. Are you guys liking this? This is XY era Roaring Skies. We can do a different set right after this. You want to do a different one? We could do Phantom Forces. That's like a $54 spot break. Okay, here's Jack Woodworth. He had some good luck today, didn't he? He snapped up that binder break for 40 bucks. Spiro. All right. If you want to know who's a big Spiro fan, Mr. Jack, there is somebody here. Her name is Alexandra. She's a Spiro fan. We are. And then we have Brandon Boutillier. So you're going to pull that card we saw at the beginning, the Meow. There you go, Brandon. All right. So that is the pack split. That was really satisfying. I like seeing these cards because you just don't see XY era cards that often. And so it's good to see them going by. Cool Meowth. Yeah, it's a nice looking Meowth. You can totally grade these non-hollows at this point. These packs have gotten so expensive that even the non-hollows grading 10 would sell for something, you know. All right. How about evolutions? Like XY evolutions? Yeah, that's not too bad. Actually, I probably need to reprice XY evolutions. I think it's been moving up. So we're going to reveal the reverse hollow first. It's always holographic. We know that. Ultra Ball. You know, that's not bad. Ultra Ball is, I find that the Pokeballs tend to sell. When it comes to trainer cards, Pokeballs tend to sell. So, reverse hollow Ultra Ball. People collect the Pokeballs. Okay. Not as good as Deoxys. You could have pulled a reverse hollow Deoxys out of here. That is possible. Oh, this is off screen. You can't even see this. That's right. We're not in horizontal mode. I set those to the I set those to the side like you could still see them. My bad, guys. Remember that. So here's Eric Rodriguez, and he's pulling. Oh wow, that's so cool. Absol Hollow. Ooh, it's a bit off center though, isn't it? Wow. Okay, so Eric Rodriguez, Absol Hollow. You can put that in your binder. That one's probably not going in a slab, unless it's a not graded slab. Or maybe in the future, the slab, even this card is really expensive, which is possible for that to happen, I suppose. It might take a while, though. Eric Rodriguez, off-center Absol. Still, it shows you what there is to chase in the set. Isn't that nice? Okay, what does CSman say? It was a good time when I was opening 3 of these a day and pulling absolutely nothing. All right, back over here. Eric Rodriguez, we're tossing you in the box. Trump just announced we're cutting off all trade with Spain, rip olive oil. Spain's been kind of not like an ally, let's say that. Trump, Spain. Trump threatens to cut all trade with Spain over Iran war dispute. Trump vows to cut off all trade with Spain. Yeah, it's weird. I feel like over time we're learning who our real allies are. And I think that there was this perception that Europe was our ally. And I don't actually feel that way anymore. I personally do not feel like Europe and America necessarily share the same values. And I don't think that they're interested in seeing us win necessarily. I think they want to see, I don't know. I don't even know what they want. But yeah, I think they want our money. I can say that. All right, here we are. Toss this over here. Who is actually our friend? Like ride and die kind of friend. You know what I'm saying? Like we're in it with you. You know what I'm saying? Yes, I know what you are saying. Let's go grab a pack split. Pack split time, baby. Who's our ride and die ally? I want to know. There we go. Ooh. Oh, I don't buy anime, only Pokemon. I need some slab-away, like a huge one I can pay off over a year. Ooh, a huge slab-away. I'll keep you in mind, CS-Men. One day I might decide to liquidate something very special for my collection, like something personally very expensive. And I might do that one day just to, I don't know, maybe just to have some cash or maybe to pay off my mortgage. I don't know. So whenever I do that, I'll keep you in mind. I'll let you know if I ever sell anything truly special. We do have some expensive slabs, and we're supposed to reprice the expensive slabs channel soon. But many of these are kind of affordable. The tier of slab you're asking for might be. We have like a Shining Steelix. I might sell that. I don't know if I want to. But the tier of card you're looking for, it's going to be in the upper echelons. Like here's a pricey Lantern. Here's a Black Label Kuromi. These are the kind of things that don't cost like $4,000, $5,000, $6,000. You are? All right. XY Era is great set to open. CS-Men, there's a beautiful PSA 10 Mega Absol for $2,800. Oh, yeah, there is. He's actually right. There is. The Mega Absol is an XY Era Black Star promo, so it's very, very low pop. Here it is. Now, that's not my card. That's why it's for sale. This is someone else's consignment, and $2,800 is correct. So it's a pop 28 card, and it's always going to be that pop because you're just not going to find any more of these to grade. It's really good if you're an Absol collector, or if you're really into Black Star, or if you're just really into low pop XY product. Absol is one of those Pokemon. I put them in, so like there's A tier. That's like Gengar, Lugia, Charizard. Absol is definitely in B tier. He's a popular non-A tier Pokemon, you know? Like if you tier them based on popularity, he's good. He looks cool. He just got Mega Evolution. He's a solid card. I got a nice perfect Absol from Heart Gold, Soul Silver. Here we are. Do you have any Evolving Skies PSA 10s? No, definitely not. Well, I shouldn't say that. I do have some, but I don't have any that are just laying around for sale. So it's complicated. Like, how do you actually obtain something like that for sale? All right, let me mention in the Discord server under Breaks History, we're going to say number 2, Roaring Skies went off 70 minutes in. So Roaring Skies is done. Now we're moving on to this bad boy. We got to look up Breakthrough as our next step, okay? So we're probably going to have a, repricing on Breakthrough. Israel till they have sucked the U.S. dry for what it was worth. If we continue down the road, turning a blind eye, whites will be slaves. Yeah. All right, let me go grab this. All right. Let me throw this away. I'm going to close this. I'm going to close this. I don't have such a negative view of Israel. I think that they get bombed to pieces constantly, and it's sort of just this existential threat. And the reason that they have this going on, it's a holy war. They have this never-ending holy war, usually with like a Muslim country, but in particular Iran. And Iran doesn't like us either because we're liberal. America's liberal. We have stuff like women walk around and they can do stuff. They can like wear bikinis and stuff. So they don't like us at all. That's why they call us the big Satan. All right, let's see. Breakthrough. Breakthrough booster box. I'm not a big fan of religion. I don't know if you guys knew that about me. Not a huge fan. And especially not a fan of like a religious guy with the nuke. That's like the Halo prophets. Remember the Halo ring? And the prophets are like, it's going to bring us divine salvation. Not a huge fan of that kind of stuff, personally. All right, let's see. It's like the Halo ring. Okay, so. Oops, wait a second. I think I did this wrong. All right. Divided by 36. Wow, Breakthrough is not that expensive. Roaring Skies was actually more expensive. Let's see what we're selling our Breakthrough for. So there's Breakthrough at 125. That's correct. So Breakthrough stays the same. So this break will actually be cheaper than Roaring Skies. How nice is that? We should have started with this. Isn't Pokemon a religion? That's right. The prophet of truth or regret or whatever, they had the Halo ring. Well, this guy wants a nuke. That's like if the Pope had a nuke. Do you see how silly that is? What if the Pope was in a country where he was shouting death to this guy, death to that guy, and the Pope was busy building a nuke? I mean, it's just nuts. There's nothing about that I can take seriously. Look, here's a Halo card right here. It is exactly like the prophets in Halo wanting the Halo ring. We're going to activate it. Oh, good. How will that end? All right. It's just so obvious to me. No thanks, man. Now here's Edgar Gonzalez slab-away on the Gundam MK2 PSA 10. Ooh. An MK2, you say. Let's go find this. So where is that currently? Is it under Pricey Slabs? Where did you find that? MK2. Is it this guy over here? Oh, okay. For $100. So when an item's real small like that, the slab-away fee is not very large. I'm going to give you a $5 slab-away fee on this one, okay? Sound good? I'm going to go set it up. 125 per spot. Oh, maybe not. $12.50 per spot. My bad. Let me fix that. I was like, once again, I was doing two things at once. It's tricky to do that. Slab-away. So Edgar with an E. 125 per pack. My bad. We're going to say March 26, Edgar Gonzalez. PSA 10. Gun damn. And we're going to say $100. And you sent 40, right? Is that right? What'd you say? You sent 50? So we're going to apply $45 to it. So we're going to say 55 remains. You have $55 left on this Edgar Gonzalez. Thank you very much. Never had much faith in stuff I can't see or touch. Yeah. Well, you know, I think young people especially are waking up. They're very smart. We grew up with the internet. So our parents didn't get as much time to like brainwash us. And even some people who did get brainwashed by religious cult stuff, they came to the internet and heard all the arguments and said, whew, glad I ran into those good arguments. Now I can be a free person. There we go. All right. Very good. I don't got to be part of like some crazy death cult or something. Your rewards are in heaven. The afterlife will reward you greatly. You just have to do what you're told. That's virtually all religion. They're all the same. Do what you're told. And then when you're dead, We'll give you something. Yikes, dude. It's a good, like, it's a good product. It's like the McDonald's Big Arch. Good product. Can we do Primal Clash after? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Religion isn't all bad, mister. I understand we don't know where we came from. And I understand we don't have an explanation for the universe. I'm open-minded those ways. But there are some religious dudes out there who are like, yeah, this is a holy war and we need to kill people. So that I'm not a big fan of. Not a huge fan, obviously. I don't think anyone is when you say it that way. All right, now we got Mr. CS Man. Pre-grade all 9s, NH from PSA return, and then the $44 that I owe you. Perfect. So we got a big job, guys. I'm going to go grab all those 8s and 9s, okay? I'll be back. That's why I like being agnostic. We're just hairless monkeys. If God was real, he'd be happy. We try to be good people, not follow one of 10 religions and hope it's right. It's okay to be spiritual, but maybe not 100%. Yeah, exactly. Again, it comes down to, like, I don't actually hate Islam, by the way. I just want to be clear about that. I'm chill with it. It's just this guy's really Islamic, and he's like, we got to have a nuke, obviously. It's like, bro, the Pope doesn't own a nuke. That's why the Pope doesn't bother me. He doesn't chant, I don't know, death to Iran or something, and he's working in the background on a nuke. Because if he was, that would be insane. And so, but this other guy was doing that. And that's why we're at war with them. All right, let me go grab some stuff. All right, I'm back. Took me a minute. Boy, they had me running up and down stairs like 3 times last night. All right. What Pokemon Lego set do you have? I'll show you with my camera. Do. It's bad guy music. There it is. It's really large. I mean, I can try to put it on the table. It might actually fit. The other one will not fit. They're huge. Here we are. Still taking orders? What time is it? 12:33? Yeah. All right, here goes. We're going to find out why these failed. White dot in the lower left corner. So we do not want to regrade this one. We'll put an X on it. Hold on, I need a drink. Excuse me. Got a little heartburn there. Probably need to eat some lunch. I don't like to eat breakfast too much. All right. So what do we got? So For this one, I imagine it's the top to bottom centering. All right. The thing is, PSA sometimes let people get by on bad top to bottom centering because their website says 40 to 60. That's what it says, 40, 60 on the back. CGC and tag will not let you get by on 40, 60 on the back. So if PSA rejects that back centering, so will the other ones. All right, number 8. Yeah, this has some slight edge wear on 1, 2, 3 corners. Thing is, you can send cards into PSA because it's worth the risk to try and get a high grade. And, you know, so for some of these, I probably advise, let's take a risk on them. Here's Houndour. I don't know which ones you went with that I maybe wouldn't have sent, but this one's pretty clean. I think so. The wait time is really long. Oh, there's a long wait line, guys. And this will contribute to the weight a little bit. So this one has very, very slight issues with it. This one's a potential regrade. I think it has a white speck here and a very minuscule white speck there. But it also doesn't have perfectly round edges. This edge is not perfectly round, and it has very slight lips. This is the first one we've ran into where I would call it borderline. We're going to call it B for borderline. If you sent this to CGC, it's feasible this might get a CGC 10. I don't know about tag. Tag, maybe tag. I don't know. Tag versus CGC for regrades. I don't know which one's better. This one has subtle print lines hidden in it. They're on the side right there. This one deserves a 9. Okay. We're going to say X on that one. It's possible I didn't see that if we were grading it before. But that one's got subtle print lines in it. Here's Haxorus. Yeah, I don't know which one of these you pre-graded with me in the past. But that one deserves a 9. I found the print lines pretty fast. Oh, man. I probably recommended you take a risk on this one because it would have been so nice if they gave it a 10. I mean, look at it. It's glorious. But if we zoom in, it's pretty obvious the reason it missed is going to be that corner right there. So that is a white dot. That's going to be a 9. Yeah, some cards are so good, they're worth the risk because even as a 9, you can sell it. And it will sell. Here's Seismitoad. Okay. All right. Yeah, this one has a clear white dot up in this corner. Once again, this is likely a card where we said, even though it's going to grade 9, we should probably grade it because it's going to be worth it. But this one will not be a potential regrade. Okay. I mean, you could send it to CGC. I just don't think that it would necessarily improve. You never know. Oh, man, this one's so subtle. So this one got a 9. And I'm betting the reason for that is going to be these top corners. You can't see much there. Wow. It's so hard to see. But yeah, that edge isn't perfect. And then this one does just have a white dot on it. Very subtle. But those are really small. So sometimes you cross your fingers and you hope that maybe they just let it through. And here they're proving that they will not let it through. They said, hell no. Okay, this is Magikarp. This one's similar to the Houndour. If we zoom in up top, we see a very subtle imperfect edge here and a very subtle imperfect edge here. But also we see that it had the issue with the lips. Do you see the lip? Lip 1, lip 2. Look how my camera changes color. That's just so crazy that it does that. I hate that it does that. All right. Centering is not perfect either. Slightly thinner on the left side. Very borderline kind of card. I feel like this, similar to the Houndour, is one you could test at another grading company. Okay. Charizard 8. So we would be looking for this to bump up into a 9. Okay, he has a subtle white dot down here and maybe up here. This definitely feels like the kind of card you could test at another grading company. Oh, and I would also say the surface has slight flaws too. So I don't know if you see that, but that doesn't look quite perfect. This is definitely the kind of card where he's so expensive that if it can bump into a 9, that's an immediate improvement to the value. And maybe there is a small chance it turns into a 10. But I'm betting with this white dot down here, it's just going to remain a 9 with another company. So your best bet on this card is it does manage to pull a 9. We're going to say borderline, but it's borderline 8 to 9. All right, now remember, you can save the whole clip of these pre-grades. All right, we knew that this card was a long shot. I actually remember this one. We just really wanted to hope that it would maybe grade 10. We flip it around, and what we're immediately seeing is top to bottom off centering, with the bottom being thinner, and just corners that are not like perfect. So we're seeing that corner there, subtle white dot. This subtle whiting on the edge, and subtle whiting on this edge too, but it's just so small. The thing is, the grading companies in the past might have turned this one into a 10, but they've gotten so tough. And it's a good experiment too to kind of test it out. I will put this down as borderline because I believe that the 8 is such a harsh grade. It could be a 9. All right, and now here is a 9 over here, the Mew. It's not bad. On the front, let's check the back. So the Mew has a very clear white dot here. I think we were definitely expecting a 9 on this one. He's correct as a 9, so that's a good grade on that. Yeah, that one has a really obvious white dot on it. And then here is Mewtwo. Same deal here. He actually has 2 dots. He's got one over here and a really clear one on the left. So I think we were anticipating imperfect grades on those two. Actually, if anything, the Mewtwo is a lucky grade. He could have been an 8, so don't touch this one. So the Mewtwo is a solid 9. And then Arcanine Sandstorm. Isn't that a bitch? Look at this card. I'm going to say there's off-centering left to right here. And what we're seeing is a dot on this corner up here, and just kind of fat on the bottom. So you've got an off-centering issue and a white dot. It deserves the 8. This is a correct grade. There you go. All right. Very nice. So out of that whole... Ooh, I wrote the X on the front. It should be on the back. So out of all the slabs, we ran into just like maybe 3 of them, and they were all from Call of Duty, Call of Legends. We saw maybe 3 of them that I would bother with the regrade. There was also the Charizard, if you recall. He might be worth it too. Okay, recap. Magikarp, Charizard, Slowpoke, Houndour. Okay, so let's just see. X, 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 X. Let's go ahead and grab these. Borderline, 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 borderline. So what we're seeing is maybe CGC would have been nicer to this. This maybe could have been a 9 instead of an 8. This maybe could have been a 9 instead of an 8. And this maybe could have been a 10 instead of a 9. So these are the borderline cards. Where do I send these? Well, if you want the best chance at them converting into a higher grade, probably CGC. And if you want them to convert into a 10 that is maybe equal to a PSA 10, maybe Tag. But what we know about Tag is they're pretty damn strict. So Tag might not upgrade these at all, but you never know. You really don't. It's another company, so they're going to have their own opinion on the card. But these are the borderline ones. And I would say CGC is your best bet for a higher grade. But what would you rather have, a PSA 8 or a CGC 9? So that's an important question for you. And some people prefer the PSA 8 because they go, well, I'd rather just have PSA. You could also just crack it and send it back to PSA and hope for better grades this time. So that's another option too. You can actually just send these back to PSA and hope that the next person grading it is nicer. And crazy enough, you sometimes get different grades because PSA is not that consistent. However, these other ones on the left, I feel like they were correctly graded. These are the ones that feel borderline. He could have been a 9, and these potentially could have been Well, these two right here could have been 9s instead of 8s. And these two here could have potentially been 10s. All right. If these were mine, if these were mine, I probably would send the Charizard to CGC. I don't think I would regrade the Slowpoke. So I'm just answering quickly here. And that's because I feel that the Slowpoke's not valuable enough to be worth the risk of turning it from an 8 to a 9. And I don't feel like it's going to get a 10. For these to be worth regrading, they would have to regrade into 10s. So they suffer the same problem as Slowpoke. You can regrade these with CGC. By the time you've done the second grade, you've lost a lot of money. So this is truly the only one that seems worth all that trouble and risk. This one being sent to like CGC or Tag if you prefer Tag. It's not inconceivable that Tag could potentially give it a 10 too, but there is a very high chance Tag just turns this into a 9 or even an 8. So you tell me what you like. I'm going to sell some of the 9s and 8s then through consignment. Is that fine? Yes, sir. We can sell all of them if you want. You just tell me which ones, and I'll be happy to get them all sold on consignment, okay? All right. That is complete. I know that took a while, guys. Whoa, we got a massive John Lucas order. We might be busy today. Let me hit refresh on the website now. Who's still alive? Who's still here? We have Miss Alexandra. She waited an hour for her turn. It says 4 soldiers return. Oh, soldiers return. I haven't opened that in a while. I'd love to open that. All right, let me get some soldiers return. I was just thinking about hosting a break on a booster box of soldiers return so we could all see what was inside of it, because I feel like people need to see what's in it in order to open it. But let's see, where am I keeping soldiers return? I bet you it's in the closet. Which ones should I sell? The old ones? So it just depends on what you want to collect. If you have a really strict rule about collecting 8s and 9s, you could sell literally all of them. So all of these could be sold. The price we would generally go with is cheap as buy it now on eBay. But you can also tell me what you want to sell them at, and we will go with that price. So I will do your price, or you can trust me to pick the cheapest buy it now price. If you like any of them, just keep them. Nothing wrong with 9s, they're just not expensive like 10s are. So if you're like me, if you only want the expensive ones, 9s are for selling to somebody who's a 9 collector. We are. All right, so let me go grab some of these. How many did you want? You wanted 4? I'm going to get you 5. All right, I got 5 for you because I'm such a nice guy. I know that was a long wait, Miss Alexandra. Sorry about that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, yeah. Yeah, when it comes to 9s, they usually go for a lot less than a 10 because they're usually pretty accessible, let's be honest. I mean, you can find 9s for sale. That's what keeps them cheap. Okay. That little number 10 makes your card super expensive the moment it's handed out. Here's Izayoi. Excuse me. Dondrine. Okay, Dondrine. Here's Umaru. All right. Here's, I'm the king of 9s. He's got a lot of 9s. Here's Ariana. Very nice. Kadash. Some of these 9s might be a little pricey. And here's Tsukinowa. All right. Oops. All right. Very good. I don't suppose there's any like common clouds or anything like that in here. I don't think there is. Not in this set. We don't open this set enough. I'd like to see it open more. Here's a little Kokobo. There you go. Just for fun. All right. All right, cool. Cool. Let's see. I'm going to throw this away. And CSman, you can sell these cards to Ivan, but if you want to sell them directly to Ivan, I have to ship these to your home first, okay? That's how it works. So you need to request that I ship these home, and then you can start selling them. All right, Cloud is in this set. I'm going to go put this back on the shelf. Very good. And Bobby Cohen. Ooh. I'm going to sleeve this. And I'm going to sleeve this. All right, there we go. That's Miss Alexandra. Thank you so much, Alexandra. Ugh. Let's see. Alexis Alvaro Molina. You got your own box. I remember now. Ugh. Woof. Thanks for your patience, Miss Alexandra. Oh, no, mister. That's not what he meant. Only through consignment, mister. Oh, no problem, man. All right, we're tossing that over there. You know how it is. Ugh. All right. Maybe we'll have some trade days on the stream. That'd be fun, huh? Okay. Now, we've got a really big order for John Lucas. Finally back in the U.S. Can I get 8 boxes of Weiss Nikke? I think you should do well in the Weiss Nikke because I can't remember if anyone pulled a big signature out of there. I can't. 1 box of Nikke Precious and shipping using $200 store credit. I should add that custom drawing slab and maybe 1 or 2 other slabs as well. Yeah, let's go ahead and grab your store credit. He said using 200 store credit. All right. And he wanted how many? 8 boxes. Wow. Here it is, John Lucas. So after the drawing, you had, it went, wait, did I actually apply the drawing? I can't remember. Wait, maybe you did. So, yeah, we applied it right here. And then 251, then 307. So now you have 107 remaining. So there you go. That's $200 of store credit. And I've been showing everybody that drawing so that they can see how nice it is. It's a very cute thing. Let's see. I'm really interested, by the way, guys, in making a relationship with a Pokemon card artist who likes to draw Pokemon, who wants to draw cards up for me consistently and have them encapsulated. Could be a good thing for you if you're already good at drawing or if you want to become good at drawing. Huh, I must have already put it away. All right, so let me go grab the 8 boxes of Nikke. I'll be back. I do want the Zard and Mew. I don't have them yet. I don't like 9s and 8, but most of them are so cheap, I don't know if it's worth selling. You know, I know that feeling, sis, man. It's like shocking what a good deal 8s and 9s are. And it's just how it is. It's a weird hobby. It's just how it is. I sell 8s and 9s all the time. Like here's an 8 on this Heracross, right? If this Heracross was a 10, he'd probably be like $2,000 or more. But he's an 8, so he's $125. It's like, damn, bro, I'm just giving them away. So it's all about that 10. All right, here we are. Whew. We have that box of Precious next to us. Let's get it. I can't decide whether to buy more of this Nikke product. All right, you ready? This has been pretty consistent for us, guys. Okay. Pop this open. Okay. And this. Throw that away. Now let's grab this. All right. Hey, it's A. Perez. How are you today, Mr. Arturo? Ooh. All right. So there we go. We've got this lady here, and we got this lady here. Wow. So that's 2 boxes to get us started. 2 out of 8. Mr. John Lucas. Here goes. 1. And a 2. And 3. Snip this. A 4. A 5. And a 6. Sleep. All right, snipping that up. Very nice. I'll be back sometime to see which ones I want to sell. I got to get to studying. Have a nice day, Mr. CS Man. Thanks for popping in, man. Here's a hollow. And another hollow. And a hollow. Here's a hollow. Sore as heck. Yeah? Here's a hollow. A hollow. Here's this girl. Here's a hollow. Okay, here's a hollow. We're looking for Siggies at once. Oh, right away. 1 Siggy. Paradise Lost, Dorothy. Is this the first signature out of that case? I don't actually know. I don't remember. So you have pulled Dorothy right away. There we go. Set that there. Very nice. Here's a hollow. Here's the bubblegum suit girl. Wow. There we go. Okay. Here's a hollow. Here's a hollow. And here's a hollow. Does my Rappi count? I pulled. Maybe. There we go. Let's toss this. Order scored when you have time. Here's a full art. All right. Here's a hollow. And here's a full art. Ooh. We've got 2 more cards here. And a hollow. And a hollow. Here's this lady with the hat. Look at that hat. Wonderful. Eye patch girl. Here's a hollow. Ooh. Bento box girls. I want a bento box. Oh man, we're running out of battery. I'm level 500 plus. Okay, there we go. I've been looking for new games, especially anime themed. Ooh, there's a really cute anime game called Dead Space. It's really cute. Give it a try. That's what Kirsten and I have been playing. Dead Space 1. Now we're playing Dead Space 2. Dead Space 1 was really special. Dead Space 2 kind of feels like, okay, we made something, everyone loved it. Let's make some kind of sequel, you know what I mean? Dead Space 1 was the clear winner of the 2 games. Here's a hollow and another hollow. Here's a hollow and here's a hollow. Very nice. Ever play Call of Duty? And if so, what's your favorite? I did play some Call of Duty back in the day, but I never played a lot of Call of Duty. I never played a lot of it. Just wasn't my thing. There was one of them, I think it was the very first Black Ops. And I believe I played that one a lot, like for maybe a couple hundred hours. But then I think I was all done. All right, not bad. Picking up a signature card right away. Let's go ahead and open 2 more boxes. All right. First, Blake Ops was good. Blake Ops. I always played Call of Duty for the zombies. I'm a cosplayer. Gooning games are sadly a norm for inspo LMAO. Yeah, and we'll grab this. Very good. Okay. Good. Modern Warfare 3. There we go. I guess my gamer tag would tell me exactly which ones I've played. There we go. There we go. Good. Oops. Throw this away. I'm gonna set that there, and then I'm gonna pull this here. I think the very first Black Ops I played had introduced like riot shields to the game, to multiplayer, and I was having fun doing that. They were really tricky because it was like, you know, you could die pretty fast with the riot shield. They weren't very strong, but they were interestingly a good way to sort of get your opponent to waste their time. And so if your teammates were good, they'd sweep really fast if someone was wasting their time shooting you. And the riot shield sometimes worked at least a little bit in a competitive way when you're in a tight corridor where you could actually kind of beat them to death with the riot shield. You bonked them on their heads, and they couldn't shoot you in the feet or anything because you were too close to them. You're on top of them. So yeah, you could melee with the riot shield. And I think it took like 2 or 3 hits for them to die. It wasn't like one hit death. We are. But it was really satisfying to kill somebody with the riot shield. It was just so funny. We are. Okay. Modern Warfare 3. Finally, off the meeting I was in. I'm only like 290 or something. Dorothy's a good signature, around 250. Nice. All right, here we are. Okay. Good, 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 good. Going legend. All right, so what do we got now? So we got all these hollows. I'm going to stick these to the side. Do we have a trade break? Don't we have like a trade break that's almost over? It is. We got this trade break. It's almost over. There's 1 spot left. $5. All right. So here's a hollow. Here's a hollow. Here's a hollow. Time to look at a lot of hollows. Here we go. We have this Captain Girl in a hat and a bow. Popping this over here. Here's another hollow. Let's see if we can get you another signature. That'd be nice. Let's see. Here's a hollow. Here's Thick Thighs Save Lives Mommy. Holy, bro. Holy schmolies. And we have a hollow. And we have a hollow. And another hollow. Oh, wow. Cool, man. So you get a signature and you get this triple R plus overzone. That looks great. Not bad, not bad. I'm liking this round. Looking good. She's dead in the game now. Big rip. Oh, that's sad. Dang it. I think I'm starting to like Nikke. You're funny. We have a whole fresh case of a brand new product. It just came out. It's called Nikke Precious. So that's available now in the menu. We have a case and a half. So we're in the first case. It's half done. And when that's through, we have a whole nother sealed case to open. We are. All right. So that's new on the menu. We also have, these are actually first edition Weiss Schwarz English Nikke. And they seem to sell pretty well, actually. Yeah, Nikke Weiss seems to go by pretty well. Okay. Oh, violin girl. But the violin is a gun. And she's wearing a bikini. It all adds up. What? Here's holographic cat girl. Here's kimono girl, or whatever that is. Here's captain girl with the white jacket but a black bra that highlights her breasts. Here's a wet t-shirt girl with bikini underneath. Here's a girl just having fun. All right. She's just playing in the water. Gigantic hat girl. Big boobies girl. Sniper girl. Doggy girl. Let's see. We've got Sniper girl again. We've got the two bunny girls. That's what I said, bunny bread. All right, cool. That's a lot of bulk. So we're done with 4 out of 8 Weiss Nikke boxes. We need to do 2 more now. All right, ready? Snipping time. We're only approaching the 2-hour mark. That means we got a whole nother hour together, guys. At least. There we go. So the new Lego box is up for break. $300 retail. $40 1 in 10 odds if you want to be part of the break. But you could just go to Walmart and buy one if you really want. But it doesn't hurt pulling one for 10 bucks either, does it? You feel like you could get lucky. Grab all this. Pikachu. I'm looking at those Lego sets, and all I can think is when they're sold out, when they're out of print, they definitely got to go up in price. I mean, they just look really cool. All right, there we go. I didn't throw away. Wonder if I threw away a box topper there, did I? So, after this, you got 2 boxes of the Weiss First Edition left. And then we move on to Precious. Tell us a little bit about your trip, Mr. John. Anything interesting? There you are. Let's snip this. So you also need shipping for this order. And you've got that Gengar slab for me to ship. I don't know where I saw where it went last, but I feel like I didn't write your name on the back and send it downstairs to ship. So I think it's still upstairs. So we got to find it, make sure it goes out. Okay. Mr. What Pika Lego? I didn't see it. I have the Eevee. The Lego Pikachu set is now available for break. Your odds are 1 in 10. It's a $40 break. Yes. Yeah, that Eevee's already on the way to you if it hasn't arrived yet. It will arrive soon. I was in Chile, London, and Seattle for Pokemon, and was in New York, Chicago, and Dallas for my actual job. Jesus, bro! That's actually so much traveling that I almost wonder if you kind of miss home sometimes. You know, just sort of the relaxation of it. So I know when you step into your home, there's sort of a kind of feeling. Here she is, Captain Lady. Whoa. Captain Lady. Here's Eye Patch Girl. Bunny Bread. Here's Dress Girl. Peace Girl. Damn, dude, you've been busy. This last month was insane. It was really nice to sleep in my own bed. Yeah, that's why I was saying, like, you got to miss your own bed sometimes. The quietness. Here it is. All right, here's a hollow. That is a lot of traveling. Here's a hollow. Here's a hollow. That's so crazy, man. I've spent the last, like, 7 years sitting in this exact chair, not going anywhere, ever. I need to figure out how to do what you're doing. Take a little break from this, you know? Okay. All right, we got... Not that I feel I need a break, I should say. I feel like I'm going like a choo-choo train over here, but my brain says maybe you should have some spice or something. But you know what it's about? It's a security thing, by the way. That's one of the reasons Kirsten and I never go on vacation. It's to just sit on top of all these cards. We are. So for security reasons, we just stay put. Here's a hollow. Here's a hollow. Here's Guilty. Ooh. That's why I've been sending a lot of my cards off to the PSA vault. I ended up sending a total of like 540 slabs to the PSA vault, but I didn't send all of them. So I can't decide, like, do I go ahead and send the rest? You know, it's tempting to send the rest of them. You know what I could do? I could send all my best slabs to the PSA vault, just sell a bunch of the top slabs, cash out. You know, like I could sell 2 Legendary Collection Charizards at this point. I have 2 extras for selling. And I could sell 4 Crystal Guardian Charizards, 4 of them. I mean, if they sold even for $50,000 a piece, I think that's like $200,000. And then all my slabs will be in the bank. They'll be all at the vault. And I'll have some cash. I'll pay off maybe some of my mortgage and go on a vacation or something. That'd be interesting. We are. Or I just keep grinding away like I always do. Keep all the cards and watch them go to the moon. That's an option. I don't know. What kind of person am I? Am I a grind forever person? Me too, mister. I don't hate traveling. I just don't care for it. It's too expensive. I enjoy my home where I can poop with the bathroom door open and smoke weed. Oh, yeah. I got the master bedroom in this home. The master bathroom, I mean. It's all mine. Karis doesn't ever use it, even once. It's my private sanctuary. I got to tell you guys, there's nothing better than that. There we go. You know, when I was younger, I shared a bathroom with 4 brothers. And it was just horrible. And then Karis and I, our first apartment together, we shared 1 bathroom. And then we got a condo, and we shared 1 bathroom. By the time we got the blue house, the blue lake house, it was a major upgrade. 2 bathrooms meant that she gets a bathroom and I get a bathroom. And it was just heaven, dude. And now we're in this beautiful lake house, and it's got, does it have 2 or 3? It's got 3 bathrooms, and I have the nicest bathroom in the home. And it is just like, it's good, man. There it is. The crazy thing is all my travel has been covered. Pokemon pays my travel, judge, and work pays my travel to go to work meetings in those different areas. Wow, it's very cool, man. You know, my dad traveled for his job. He worked for a manufacturing company in Missouri called Allen Bradley. And Allen Bradley, they build like circuit boards for giant manufacturing warehouses where they make stuff. You know, all the machines develop stuff. Well, you got to have like computer circuit boards for that. And his job was to travel from city to city to city to state to state to state to companies that were buying these circuit boards from Allen Bradley. And they sold all over the place. They sold to New York, they sold to Florida, they sold to California, and of course all over Missouri and all over like Kansas and nearby states, and anywhere something's manufactured. So he would be sent out there to teach them how to use Allen Bradley components, but also how to troubleshoot them if they break. That was his job. And he just traveled like every week. He'd be out of the house for like 5 days. He'd come back on the weekend. So he was out a lot. Eventually, he transitioned out of that job because there was at some point like 8 kids and he was running his own business. So he transitioned into something called instrumentation. And that is the job of the people he used to train. So he used to teach instrumentation. Then he became instrumentation. So it was interesting. He took me to New York for a week. I got to spend a lot of time in Florida. And I've been to Nebraska. And I've been to several places in Missouri. And where else did I spend time? Anywhere else that was interesting? New York was by far the most interesting one. I really liked New York. It was cool. It was noisy. It was crowded. There were too many cars. And this would have been all the way back in the early 2000s. So it's probably a different place now than it was then. But it was also really cool. I loved the architecture. I'm an architecture guy. I love buildings. So I really, really loved all the giant buildings in New York. Oh, I've been to Washington, D.C. Like 4 times. I've been to Washington, D.C. a bunch. We are. That's so happy. That's so awesome. Happy Gangard. Congrats, brother. More blessing your way. Let's see. It robs me of my peace sometimes, but I love knowing I have cards people will never have. All right. Tossing all that away. Last 2 boxes. This room's getting hot. I'm starting to sweat. So the daytime is heating this room up, and we don't have AC on. Here's a holo. All right. Yeah, I traveled more before I started this job. Oh, people really value traveling. They value it. I think the best thing I ever did was I went on a single family vacation This was back when my sister Olivia was born. So then there was still Luke, Brianna, Galena, Krista, and Malachi. So she was number 6. So we had 6 brothers and sisters, and we went on a vacation to Cozumel. And so that's in Mexico. That was the only the true family vacation we ever went on. We went on one, and it was pretty nice. I mean, it was like shockingly nice. That's kind of it for me. I didn't go on a ton of family vacations. I traveled with my dad for work sometimes, and that was really cool too. And that was only possible because we were homeschooled, so he could sneak us along with them. And he would rotate between kids. You know, sometimes it was me. He never brought all of us. That's how he did it. He would bring like 1 or 2 kids, right? So he would bring like my oldest sister or one of my brothers. But occasionally it was my turn, and it was just so cool. There are all of it. I need a wheel so my stuff goes to my niece when I kick the can. What? What's happening to me? I'm transforming. It's me, your niece. Where's the rocket break at? Hello, Piasu. I believe it's a little more than halfway done. Oh, I should have showed that to CS Men in case he wanted in. I'm so dumb. I didn't even show him. He might have wanted that. Here's a hollow. I drive through New York at times. It's 2 hours for me. It's always packed. Yeah, New York, I remember, has such bad traffic that you're better off walking, which is why everyone walks over there. Because eventually the cars become gridlocked, and the gridlock is so serious that the cars move slower than the people. But you still need a car when you're leaving the city to get to places just outside of the city or maybe far away from the city. But yeah, it was terrible, the driving was. So we would take our car toward the city, and then we'd park it somewhere and climb out and start walking and start using public transportation. It was really cool. It's just like this thing that maybe a lot of Americans should experience, going to a major city like that. Here we are. But you can kind of see it in the videos and the movies and all this stuff. New York ends up in a lot of movies. Here we are. I'll text CS Man and tell him in case he wants in on the rocket pack. Oh, it's okay, man. You don't have to do that. Where's the Team Rocket Returns Dragon? You want a Team Rocket? Yeah, I got a couple of those. I got 6 of those. I could cash out on those. I wonder what my target price would be to sell one of those. I don't know. Here we are. One last sold, I think, for like 19,000 or something like that. 19,000. Here we are. It'd be interesting to sell a couple of those at like 25,000. A couple of Rocket Return Dragonites. Imagine you sell 4 of those. You make $100,000. And then I would have less cards that could be lost or stolen. Ooh, what if I sold them all together as a lot? That would be interesting. I think that would be interesting to a rich guy because he would be able to say, hey, I own this chunk of the Rocket Returns collection. All because of this fleshy space suit, it will expire. True. All right, here we are. New York's the one city I want to visit, but the size of those rats are the main reason why I will never go. You know, I was there and I didn't see a single rat. There you go. I didn't see even one. There we go. I've seen them online. Does eBay charge you a selling fee if you sell a card directly from their vault? Yes. It's the same fee, 13%. All right, so that was 8 boxes. That took a while, didn't it? That was 8 boxes. You got all these beautiful hollows here. I don't know if you're super interested in them. You also have these promo cards, okay? And then you have these beautiful full arts. It looks like within 8 boxes, you end up pulling a RRR Plus and a Signature Dorothy. There you have it. So these are your 2 main pulls. Signature Dorothy and RRR Plus. I don't know how good of a round that was because I'm out of touch with these things sometimes. But that was really fun, and we still have to open your box of Nikke Precious, which is not printed by Weiss. It's actually printed by Union Arena, so it's a different company. Rats are there, and they're in the shadows. We have the same thing here in Chicago. We are? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. So we'll set that all there, and we'll set these here. And now let's go get your box of Precious. Okay. Ta-da. Same, but I don't want to go back together. Mister, I just got black labeled back, and it has a small piece of debris in the inner sleeve. Oh, do you think that would cause a problem with the card over time? Probably not. Probably not. Cards are tougher than you think they are. And, you know, the casing is suspending everything, so I don't think anything bad would happen. That's annoying, though. Okay. So, let's start sneaking this Precious. I'm paranoid now. Oh, it's going to happen. That card is already ruined. You basically bought someone else's lemon. Now you're trapped with it. An overpriced PSA 9. How do they survive leather jackets and Timberlands? You bought someone else's lemon. Here's some hollows. Here's a regular, what is it called? Like an R or something? PCR? Yeah, it's called an R. Okay, now here's one of those full arts. Ah, look at that, guys. Sexy. Okay, I love you, huh? Chocolate. Okay, so you always get 3 hollows, and then you get one of these. 3 hollows. Regular. Aha! You've got SR Star, Booby's white outfit girl. She looks like she's a defense character. Damn, those are some honkers. That's your star card from the box. If you liked that, we have more of these, more star cards to pull. Okay. Here's one of these. Ooh, that's a full art. So I sleeve up the full arts. I think the full arts and the star card are definitely gradable. And there we go. And there we go. All right, there you go. That's a box of Precious. Precious is $110, by the way, guys, if you'd like some. Mister, one of my strategies is I buy PSA 8 for dirt cheap. I wait for them to rise in price because most people can't afford the 10s, maybe even the 9s because PSA is the new dictator. Yeah, you can do that. Might work. It's just a guess if it works, you know. That's what it's all about. It's no one really knows what's going to work until it happens. And then in hindsight, we go, oh, of course. Of course that worked the way it did. All right, now, what did you have, Mr. Lucas? Over here, you got a giant box. How full is it? It's full. It's full. That's a very full box. Let me see if I can squeeze your hits into this box. What do you got? You got these. These are from that Pokemon set, the Japanese sets. Let me put that to the side because what I want to do here for you, I want to try and get all your hits to you in this shipment. And what we might do is then leave these non-hits in John Lucas bags and leave them behind for you because we want to fit all these into 2 boxes. So what I'm saying is we want to squeeze all your stuff into these 2 boxes, the perfect way to ship these. Okay. I sent for more as well, mister. Haha. No problem, no problem. Add gas, you put them in a shoebox, you put them in another box and tape it up, and you take it to the post office and pay for shipping. What are we talking about? I might have to turn on that AC, man. Getting warm in here. It's always warm in this part of the home. All right, there we go. So as you can see, you got this double box, this ETB, and that fills up the 2 portions of the box just right. So we're not going to add any more to it, but you've got this left over. So what you have left over, these are some commons from the start decks, if you remember those. Okay. And then we've got this over here as well. So this is a round of Weiss hollows. Now, let's get you a label. Well, you said you were sending more too, didn't you? Maybe we just get you a really big label and get these shipped out too, actually. So if you're opening more, we might do that. We're just logging in here. Now, Miss Alexis, she doesn't come in again until Friday. So Friday is the official next shipping day. We're on Tuesday, so it's a couple days away. I have the most complete set, Series 1 set of Garbage Pal Kids cards. I've seen those cards. I don't know how to get into them. They just look kind of like Cabbage Patch Kids. So this is going to say, John Lucas, I got your same address as before, and we are going to swap it over to a very expensive large box. So this will be very expensive. And that's ready to go. Let's hit print on that. Up-to-date rates, blah, blah, blah. Do you want an EX Holo Shiny Pokemon card? Sure, why not? You going to give me one? Okay, let me go put this on the shelf. Oh, and let me see what your order was for, so that maybe if I'm standing up, I can go grab that as well. Uh-oh, I got a message. What does he say? All right, give me a second. All right, there we go. Do you think BGS will regrade my black label if they have to reholder the slab? Yep, they're going to give it an 8. They're going to give it an 8. All right, let's see. Kevin Maldonado's next. He's jumping into the XY breakthrough. They're going to say, man, this isn't a black label. I'm pretty sure this is an 8. 6 boxes of Weiss and 1 box of Nikke Precious. All right. Setting you up. Give me a minute. All right. Whew. Oh, I'm going to drop that phone. There's that. Now I'm looking around in this room. Ah, perfect. Good. So we have one more box in the room. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So with that, we are completely sold out of Weiss Schwarz. We had exactly 6 boxes left. I guess my question is, should I restock it? I mean, it seems to sell out every time. Let's see. What is this music, man? Let's just see. So we are going to get a case to refresh the Nikke Weiss, just because it's been so popular. It's 24 boxes, right? And what is our current price on this product? We're going to come over here and say Weiss Nikke coming soon. All right, we're going to hit save on that, and then we're going to go ahead and pay for this. You ready? We like milkers, mister. I mean, I see that as a good thing. Because imagine if you didn't. Oops. All right. God, that's so dumb that this works this way. Imagine if you didn't. We would actually have a serious problem with population collapse. I really believe that. I mean, it's bad enough as it is. All right. So you're just you being a correct human animal, you know? It seems crude, and yet it's not. It's like valuing life or something. It's hard to describe. Okay, it's like the cosmic dance or something, you know? Toss this over here. Okay, so now we've got a medium priority label queuing up for you. Today's a week. I can't speak. A Weiss Nikke day, guys. You know, toss this around. You like Spiro? I thought you liked Firo. It's baby bird and big bird. It's a normal thing, I'd say. Yeah. People get a little obsessed or creepy about it, or like, you know, a little perverted about it, and that's when it goes too far, maybe. But there's a fine line between too far, you know, like when is it too far? Religions tend to set the tone for how society should behave. We're all these hairless apes, you know, standing upright, saying, no, we're angels, not apes. But it's like deeper down, we all know how all the recent babies were made in society. It's like when the UK banned like choking or something like that in adult content. Is like, are you kidding me, bro? Like, you're really going to stop people from being animals? It's not. It can't be done. It's not possible. Okay, we got a little dark right here. We got a little thicky wicky. Good. Did you see the U.S. jet pilot bob and weave all those missiles? That was so badass. Yeah, there was an airplane video recently dodging a missile. Was that actually from Iran or the war that's going on right now? Any interesting news from that? I wonder what the latest news is. We are. Cuba next on the list, I bet. Communist Cuba and the missile crisis. Communist Cuba. We are. Imagine Cuba requested to become a territory of the United States, and we just developed normal relationships with them so that we could like go back and forth between Cuba and have vacations there and do business there. That island would explode in infrastructure, vacations, everything. And their people would have work and trade and just a normal lifestyle. And it would be so easy to do. But the people currently in power would have to give up power. Ooh, we can't do that. You know what I'm saying? Ooh, look at this. American people have a lot of money to spend on going vacation. We love going on vacation. And if you got a tropical island, you should be like inviting us over or something, you know, like let's have a party. Let's have some fun. We're looking for that star card. Ooh, what do we have here? This girl again. Man, that's a sexy card. So she's got the I love you chocolate. All right, here you go, your star card. That's what we want. That's what we care about. Darn. Pretty standard looking card. Nothing too crazy on this one. All right. Maybe the next box. How about the friendly fire that took 3 jets down and they had to pull the evac? Well, luckily nobody died in that. Yeah, Kuwait did a friendly fire. It probably really was friendly fire. Kuwait is one of the countries near Iran that really wants to see the downfall of Iran. Like, it's not just Israel that wants Iran to go away. It's all the surrounding countries that get bullied by Iran. All right. Been to Cuba. Didn't see anything I couldn't live without. Went snorkeling, though. Here we are. All right. Very good. Very good. Marco Rubio, he's a Cuban immigrant, isn't he? He's a well-spoken guy, man. And he has so much power in the U.S., it's really impressive. He holds a really important job over here. Cuban Americans probably wish they could go back to their homeland, basically. And they probably don't want to live there anyways. Maybe they can go on vacation there already, but they don't want to live there. because the place is just sort of not ran very well. All right. Is he Cuban? I think he's Cuban, right? Marco Rubio? The pack art on that set is so heartbreaking. If you know, you know. Is it? Okay, this is random, but I recently decided I want to go to Puerto Rico, so you're right. That's where Mike's side is, Puerto Rico. Or we're going to pay him soon, too. It's time for him to collect a paycheck. Whoa, holy mama. All right, that is Nikke Precious. Time to pull out the Nikke Weiss. Ta-da! Okay. You know, mister, the supposed killed leader of the Mexican cartel had been a ghost for 5 years. Some say he was already dead. Some say it was just an illusion. I don't know about all that. I know that Americans were dying at a rate of 100,000 per year from fentanyl overdose, and that's the official number. Doesn't take into account all of the things that we can't see or easily record. It also doesn't take into account the people who survived fentanyl poisoning but now have serious brain damage and serious problems with addiction. So fentanyl is, it's crazy that Trump has sort of retitled it as a drug of mass destruction. But it's like a new idea to call it that, but it's so accurate. A drug of mass destruction, that's what it is. And I want to see that end, and I want the drug cartels to stop selling it. They should sell something else or just be obliterated, one or the other. It's like, you can't do it. It's killing too many people. It's an actually dangerous drug. It takes so little of it to kill someone. So, yeah. All right. Rubio was born in Florida. His parents were Cuban. His parents were Cuban immigrants. There we are. Pretty cool. Pretty diverse, man. Democrats are all about diversity. They probably hate Marco Rubio because he's a Republican. All right, there we go. Let's get started. You ready? I'm going to start snipping this. All right. I'm not your friend. I'm your sister. Step bro. Mister, as a former drug user, not abuser, I can tell you that a junkie is going to find a way to get his high no matter what, whether it comes from the cartels, the pharmacies, or huffing paint thinner. I grew up in the 90s, and this level of drug problems was currently, it didn't exist. People did heroin. People did cocaine, obviously. I think they still do a lot of cocaine. But back then it was heroin. But you didn't have whole streets covered in drug users. And you didn't have 100,000 people dying per year. So, you have to look at what drug is being sold. And this particular strain of drug, it goes beyond just sort of like bad. It's deadly. It's a drug of mass destruction. It's so deadly in small doses that is killing 100,000 people a year. And we just can't tolerate that. We are. I call it the Opium Wars 2.0. The Opium Wars all over again. Are you ready? Just can't have it that way. It just can't be that way. Doesn't need like a fancy explanation or anything. It just cannot be that way. It's got to stop it in any means possible. Here's a hollow. It's the right thing for the American people to fix it and to end it. All right. Okay, there's a hollow. So we're looking for another Siggy. Hopefully. Our government sells fentanyl too, lol. I hear this kind of argument all the time. People blame the government like, oh, the CIA, they want the drugs. I don't know if I agree with that. I think that falls into the realm of conspiracy. Here we go. Oh, I thought something was... Here we go. Grabbing this. Oh no, that's K and it's sold for depression. The crack pandemic destroyed the African-American community. Well, certainly it's not good for them, right? So it's like, you gotta stop it, You gotta find a way to put an end to it. We used to have this thing in the 90s called the war on drugs. And then in the early 2000s, there was kind of like a cultural shift where people started saying, nah, the war on drugs doesn't work. What we have to do is allow the drugs, and that'll solve the problem because it'll get rid of the cartels. And so we kind of threw away that old idea from the 90s about the war on drugs. They're like, nah, it's a failed war. And headed toward more like, yeah, man, it's cool to do drugs. I'm in a gang. Screw the cops. Drugs are cool, bro. And so there was a cultural shift toward accepting drugs and acting like they're cool and all. they've always been the same thing, ultimately. All drugs work in the same way. They trigger some form of dopamine in your brain, and they cause such powerful addiction that it can kill you or just permanently trap you in a routine. So it subverts your willpower as a human animal. It's like pure evil. I can't think of a more evil product. And we shouldn't have stopped the war on drugs. We should have doubled down on the war on drugs. But I think people started to sympathize with like the drug dealer. They're like, he's just a guy trying to feed his family or something like that. So all this sympathy kind of rolls out, and it's like that term you hear a lot these days, suicidal empathy. It's not useful. It's not good for you. Ultimately, now we have this super horrible strain of drugs called fentanyl, super deadly, killing massive numbers of Americans that are not even close to the amount of people we lose at war. And it's sold to the American people at a profit. It's one of the best exports, probably, from the countries that are selling it to us. They're like, oh yeah, hell yeah, dude, let's make billions. Killing these people, it's really dark. I mean, there's just no upside. And instead of placing the blame on the cartels that sell it, you will get people saying like, oh, well, the government just wants it. They want to tax it or something. It's like, I don't think that's true. I think that sort of obfuscates the root of the issue and places blame where it's not truly needed. The blame is needed on the person producing the drug and sneaking it into the U.S. or selling it to poor people who then become victims of a product that's engineered to subvert your willpower. So it's a really dark thing, and it needs to be stopped or whatever. It needs to be put as a priority issue to work on in our list of priorities. Here's, the full art girl with 2 guns. Where do you get your propaganda, mister? I'm really, really hard to propagandize toward. I grew up in a family that everyone would lie to each other and argue and fight, and my brain became super tough from that. So as soon as a preacher starts preaching, as soon as a politician starts speaking, as soon as a salesman starts selling, whatever it is, my brain just shuts down. It's like, hell no, bro. You do not get to propagandize to me. It's very hard to convince me of anything all of the time. It's really hard to reach me in my brain. So, but I hear a word like 100,000 Americans die from fentanyl. All right, is that true? If the answer is yes, then my analysis is we got to stop it. No other propaganda works on me at that point. And that's how my brain works, and it's how I make decisions. It's how I stick to something like I'm just going to buy Pokemon cards and not get scared and sell them all. That's how my brain does that kind of stuff. So it's very easy to go against whatever, like the crowd, because I make an analysis and I just stick to what I believe. And it's very hard to convince me of anything. So that's just kind of my nature. And I think part of that was my childhood. It's just a really tough childhood where you had to argue all the time. Okay, that's the first 2 boxes. No ciggies. Another 2 boxes. All right, easy ciggy here, guys. Ready? Man, bear, pig is real. Don't let them distract you. All right, man, bear, pig is real. What are we going to do about it, huh? Remember that episode? There it is. You have strong pattern recognition. I am a noticer, but, you know, I'm a futuristic person. I like to think about where the world will be. I don't hold a lot of hatred toward any groups. And I like to think about where science and technology will take us. And when it comes to things I don't want, I really agree with putting an end to the fentanyl. It's got to stop. It's destroying our people. It's really bad for us. 100,000 people a year. That's like 1 million people in 10 years. That's like insane, right? You can't just lose 1 million people to drugs. It's just, that's really crazy. Ready? Time to make a slideshow about climate changes. I will say this. You're the most street smart Caucasian streamer. I'm a white boy. Well, I'm not all the way white, though. I got that quarter Filipino in me. Oh, that's what it is. You are? All right. Nah, I'm just messing with you. I don't know. I think that I think all the conflict from my childhood, that gives you some tools. Not always good, but some. Don't you believe in climate change because we drive around, right? Hey, man, there's pollution for sure. Climate change, you know, it's funny. Bill Gates came out and said, nah. He said something like, that's not a priority or something. Of course, what can you trust from Bill Gates now either? Bill Gates was like, he's like Bill Clinton. I did not have a relationship with that woman. Then he came out, he's like, I might have slept with some Russian hookers. Jesus, Bill. Do you like lumpia? I do. Those are the little, they're like egg rolls, but they're smaller, and they have like a pork sausage in the middle, and you fry those in a, what do they call those? A flake pastry or something, a butter pastry. They're very good. My dad made them many times, and you eat them with Catalina dressing. And he would make that when my grandma was visiting. Okay, you ready? Not those aliens. Trying my best to be sassy. Aliens are real, and they are illegal. All right, let's snip this up. Snip. All right, here we are. My siblings and I were always trying to control each other. That was a big deal in our family. Always trying to convince a sibling to be on your side. Always trying to get someone to do what you're told. And it required influence. It required argument. And you would mess around with the person's beliefs or ideas. And it was just really vicious. Really, really vicious for whatever reason. By the time I was ready to leave home, I was hyper rebellious and disagreeable. I was able to take my parents' thoughts and ideas and say, I disagree with all that. It sort of like opened my eyes or something. Here we go. All right. Very good. It's like if you get screwed over enough times, your eyes get opened in a certain way. You become paranoid almost. You become skeptical by nature. So you have a naturally skeptical point of view about everything. You just don't trust it. You go, nah. Reject. It's not a good way to be permanently, so you have to let go of that sometimes and just, you know, accept other people and that people are different and things are different. I'm 37 now, you know, it's been a long time since my childhood. So I've really mellowed out in a lot of ways over time. Definitely, like 100%. My personality is more developed over time, right? But you never really forget either. You never forget the hard times and, you know, the way people can be. You don't forget that. It's like a permanent lesson in life. Ooh, a maid with a dish. All right, there we go. Goes to show how fast rumors and false narratives can spread. In middle school, our teacher made his line up shoulder to shoulder and told us secretly pass a word down to the end of the line. By the end of the line, it was a completely different phrase. Yes, Catalina dressing, you just made lumpia hella white. Posed to be sucka vinegar with chopped garlic, onions, and chilies. I don't think you're right. My dad told me in the Philippine Islands, they loved Catalina dressing. They loved all kinds of stuff. Apparently, they would make ketchup out of like bananas and stuff like that. But you got to remember, the Philippine Islands were actually a place where U.S. Soldiers and Navy hung out after World War II. So it was a Navy base over there for a long time. And they learned a lot about our cuisine as a result of that. And, yeah, my grandma would agree with that. And she's actually Filipino. She would do the lumpias with Catalina dress. That's where my dad learned it. We are. So, I mean, you can call it whatever you want, but I don't think I would have ever touched that salad dressing without them. I would have never known what it tasted like even. Here we are. Kind of like how Hawaii likes Spam, right? So, you know, the American mainland leaves a little mark on the island with some of its customs and stuff like that. So they're a fan of that stuff. All right, let's see. That's why I was told that maybe that's not true anymore. Maybe that was just a trend a long time ago that, or maybe it was like for a really specific group of people, you know, trends and food tricks and all that. Sometimes they can be little isolated things. What happened to our local illegal alien? Here we are. Ooh, look at this. Snake bite viper. She's got normal-sized breasts. There we go. They actually give lumpia to soldiers as meals, not even station. Oh, even in station countries. My friend was in Somalia and always had lumpia. I will say this. Filipinos will feed you more than they feed their own family. They're some of the most down-to-earth, loving people. It's like they live in severe poverty in some places. I was watching this funny TikTok of a Filipina woman, and she was comparing herself. She had like this list on a billboard, or not a billboard, a whiteboard. And she was pulling off tabs on how Filipina wives are different from like Western wives. And it was a really, really funny video because it was like it was like a criticism, but it was done in a delightful, funny way, and suggested that they were the Filipina girls were very sexual and playful, and I thought it was really funny. But it made me wonder, like, what's up? Why did my grandpa bring home the spicy Filipina grandma? It's a very interesting thought. All those years ago, I never really got to know them or any of their stories, or why he ended up falling in love over there, or what their early life was like. I never learned any of that stuff. But that's how it is. And my grandma was very nice. She was never really a mean person, as far as I can remember. She was very talkative. And she did like to cook, so she would cook a lot of food. And she was thin. She was thin as hell, man. She was always skinny the whole time. She was never out of shape. So, yeah, I don't know how all that works, but yeah, he picked the spicy mamacita from all the way from the Philippine Islands, I guess. And now I'm here. Okay, let's see. Gramps was a freak in the sheet. Yeah, maybe. Eating a balut makes me feel like I sinned. Oh, no. Here we are. Here's hello. Oops. Here's. I didn't even know they were called lumpia. I just remembered, or lumpy, or however you pronounce it. But I just remember we ate them pretty much any time my grandma was visiting from Kansas City. She would come to St. Louis, and my dad would go through a lot of trouble to make a special meal, because my dad was a big-time foodie. He really left that impression on us to care about food. And he would cook. He would work so hard to cook a really good meal. He was like really obsessed with good food, and always cooked really impressive meals. Some people are like that. They're just really obsessed with it. Here it is. Whoa. Here's a girl with normal-sized breasts. I mean, Asian fetish is as high as it has ever been right now. A lot of middle-aged men travel to Asia to pick themselves an Asian wife. According to white men, Asian women are easy. Here it is. Hollow. I don't know about that. But that wasn't the trend back then. He would have married her he would have met her 60 years ago. That's a long time ago. No one talked that way. There was no internet. It's just a really long time ago. It is. He was a kind of an orphan, if you didn't know that about my grandpa. His original father left him and his mother. And then his mom this is the story of my grandpa. His mom got remarried to a guy who then died. So that guy died from an illness while he was with them. And then I believe it was his mother committed suicide after the second guy died. So his mother commits suicide. He's then adopted by, and this is how I get my last name, he's then adopted by his aunt and uncle. The uncle is not a blood relative. Last name Caton. So that's how I got Caton. But they didn't like him. They didn't like my grandfather. So they didn't treat him very well. And then he pretty much ran away to the Navy at 18 as soon as he could. And when he came back from service with my grandma, I suppose, they had just gotten rid of all his stuff and he had nowhere to go back home. So that was his story. He didn't have a very easy go either. He was a little crazy. All right, let's see. I'll grab these two. Him and my grandma grew up or lived together on an extremely small home in Kansas City, kind of in the middle of nowhere. And the house was not designed very well, and just a really, really, really old house with no heating or cooling. And they still don't have heating and cooling. When I visited them, they didn't have air conditioning. It was like 100 degrees in their home. And they were just used to that, I guess. And yeah, so they just lived like mega poor. They were never rich at any point. And it's interesting to think about it all. When I visited them, here's the crazy thing about when I visited them. Not a single decoration in their home had changed. They kept their home like a time capsule. It was so wild going in there. So they're very simple. They definitely they must not have much money probably. That's my guess, because I would have wanted air conditioning at least. They're in their 80s, by the way. They're like 85 or something. They're real old. Hopefully I got the live to 80 genes. All right. Ugh. We'll toss this over here. And we'll grab this. Tossing this. Oops. We're going to grab that. Putting this here. Yeah, that was a long time ago, man. The last 2 boxes. Okay. Popping these. And now let's start snipping. Are you ready? Start snipping these. 2 more boxes of Weiss Nikke First Edition. Thank you, Mr. John Lucas, for the big orders. We'll get this shipped out with the rest of your stuff. And we got to grab that Gengar too, right? What time is this? 1:54. We're actually running out of time now, guys. Luckily, we have marble floors, and I lived in California, so very low chance I get a bat wing, if you know what I mean. A bat wing. There we go. Okay, old people love the heat. You might be right about that, but they also don't have central heating either. That's what's crazy. So they just run, I guess, their wood-burning stove every single year. So wild. My grandpa looks pretty crazy. He got nose cancer, so he got skin cancer on his nose, and he doesn't believe in doctors. I actually remember when he got the skin cancer on his nose, because that was all the way back when my oldest sister was getting married. And he had a big bandage on his nose. And I guess what he did, and I know this sounds crazy, I guess what he did was he cut his own nose off. That's how he is today. So when I met him, he looked kind of like the guy from the Amazon show, the Amazon show Fallout. He's just got a big hole there. And it looks, you know, kind of like super insane. Yeah, he doesn't have a prosthetic or anything. He just cut his nose off. Voila, no more skin cancer. Pretty like hardcore. I don't even know what to think about it. So he survived skin cancer because he just cuts his own nose off, and he just looks really ghouly, and he's in his mid-80s. Joking, not joking, Mary. Even everybody knows Latina women's the best. All right, let's see. We got a hollow here. At some point, society just decides petite-looking Asian girls is what we need to fetishize. And K-pop-looking men is the bomb. Good to worship those K-pop looking Asian men. Yeah, I don't know about that. All right, some hollows here. Here's a hollow. Aha, skateboard girl. So we're relying on these last 2 boxes to hopefully pay out a signature card, but we don't know if that'll happen. We're hoping it'll happen. All right. She's being satirical. I don't know, man. I've been having some jungle fever. I like me some black women. Oh, there we go. Right at the end. Wow, lucky, man. So lucky. Beautiful. I pulled this right after saying jungle fever. What the hell? Boy, you got jungle fever. Stay away from my women. There we go. All right, there we are. Oh, yeah. Beautiful. Uh-huh. Set that there. We'll put a hollow here. If she won't try to stab you, is she even the perfect girl? I don't know. That's a great question. Okay, now here's a hollow and a hollow. I doubt we pick up any more signatures after that. Your 2 rounds of Weiss products picked up 2 signatures and a triple R plus rare. I'm betting that's about as good as it gets, but I'll still cross my fingers for you as we go through these last packs. Is he watching? Did he catch that? We got another Siggy for you. I don't know her name. It's Captain Boobies. Actually, her name is right here. It's Mast. I know that name. Her name is Mast. Okay. Here's a hollow. And another hollow. I'd have felt pretty bad if you hadn't pulled another signature, because I would assume there was another signature in here. Here's that booty cheeks girl. Oh, yeah. Oops. So today, guys, in the Tuesday morning stream, a lot of Weiss cards getting opened. That has been the recap for today. There's another hollow. We started the Lego break. Not too much craziness over there. The binder break, round number 9, finished very quickly because people were chasing after a perceived overvalued round. So I don't blame you. Oh, this is kind of nice. Victory to Humanity Triple R. So that that binder break was probably more like $200. and it just finished super fast as a result of being underpriced. So we have to start a brand new binder break at some point. And then we began a new pack split with a fresh pack of Breakthrough. Yes, Breakthrough. And that'll be fun. It's actually cheaper than Roaring Skies. Here we go. That's not bad. On ease. Sometimes you got to choke a fool. What is a binder break? A binder break includes only ungraded cards, and I just kind of grab a bunch of cards laying around me and start stuffing it in the bag. And then you can join when you feel the bag is valuable enough. And as the bag gets more and more expensive, what happens is it becomes really hard to join it because it fills up too quickly for you to join. So you have to time when you want to join without missing the boat, because you could miss the boat if you join too late. There's only 4 spots. It's $40 to join. All right, bunch of promos just like before. I believe we opened your Precious card box first, right? That's what we did. Yeah, so your Precious card was not very good this time. You pulled this girl here, and I think the image is just a little on the boring side, kind of plain. And then you got a lot of nice cards here. This is a nice triple R, and this is a nice triple R, and here's Ani's full art. That's not bad. But most importantly of all, you pulled Masked Signature out of there. Wow, so good. All right, perfect. And what you need now is a bag. It's a grab bag of raw cards. Yeah, exactly. All right, let's grab this. Wow, wow, wow. We got to thank Mr. John Lucas for the big stream today. Last night it was Sarah. Today it was Mr. John. Crazy, man. You're dead when we get home. What? All I'm saying is it's perfectly normal for you to interact with another woman. She's just another human being, and human talk and communicate, but no in the back of my head. Okay, let's put this here. I'm getting a spicy Latina wife. All right. Mr. John. I met Karis at college, and she was super nerdy. That's why I was attracted to her. I was like, nerd. All right, let's date. Okay, you ready? So it's now 2 p.m. That is closing time. Let's see what kind of other orders we had over here. Hey, what's up, Mr. Archie? How's it going, Archie? We had an order for Kevin Maldonado. We needed to complete that. That is for a spot in the pack split. Here you go, Kevin. Today's dinner, sausage and 2 eggs. Kevin Maldonado. Oh, right, and the Gengar. We got to find that Gengar, because he was on the table, and I don't think I pulled him down yet. Where'd the Roaring Skies bag go? Oh, here it is. So we'll reuse the Roaring Skies bag for the pack split for Breakthrough. Do you have a TikTok, says Archie? I do, but I don't post to it all the time. I probably should post to it more, but I don't post to it all the time. Okay. One box of Gem 2. And can I get the OP Cobra? Yes, sir. And a picture for your digital collection. And then let's check the website as well. So we've been live for almost 3 hours. Let's hit refresh over here. We have a Miss Bridget, and she wants, let's see, $10 to Coca Ditto, 1 My Little Pony pack, 1 Jujutsu, 1 Nikke. So I'm going to start by servicing this one. Let's knock this one out. So the Coca Ditto. Okay, let's see. Miss Bridget. Okay, we're going to hit Ditto goes down to 94. All right, 94 remains on Bridget's Ditto, and you need a My Little Pony pack and a 1 Jujutsu and a Nikke. So we should have a little bit of Nikke left. Yes, over here we have a bag of Nikke booster packs, so you're still going to get that. And the Jujutsu's over here somewhere. Somewhere over the rainbow. Where is it? Crazy, I don't know where it is. Maybe I need a fresh box of it by now. But then also the My Little Pony pack. Here's some My Little Pony. Let's try this box. This box says weird stuff. Maybe we put the Gundams up here. No. Solo leveling. All right, so it's not in there. So I think it might be time to get a... Oh, wait. Is this it? Ah, there was only one pack left. There we go. Okay. Haha. So we are ready for a fresh box of those, though. How did he know he had skin doctor? He didn't go to the doctor. Here it is. I didn't know the whole story. I don't know the whole story. It was skin cancer. I guess it was pretty bad at some point. He just cut his nose off. Yeah. All right. Yeah, it looks really ghouly. All right, Mr. Bridget. Miss Bridget. Here's 2 hollows. Let's get that Jujutsu Kaisen. Suguru Geto and Megumi Fujigoru. Something tells me not to mess with Mary. All right, there we go. Seeing Reed. There wasn't no bomb. What are you talking about, Mary? All right, My Little Pony. My Little Pony. My Little Pony. Boop. You've got Blue Jay, High Spirits, Applejack, Full Free Press, Mayor, Opalescence, The Big Guns, Twilight Sparkle. That's the one, right? You're trying to pull Twilight Sparkle, aren't you? All right. How nice is that? You actually did good. Not every pack comes with the hollow, so that's a hit. You did good. We got more of that if you're interested. Okay, Bill, Brian, Bridget. Okay. Thank you so much. Something tells me not to mess with Mary. Women fight a war in their minds. I don't know. That's completed, and now we're at 173 minutes. So let's focus on Mr. NHCC next. We're going to take care of his order of the really nice slab. Is it going to be in the Pricey Slabs channel? Do we know? Okay, it's not in the Pricey Slabs channel. Where do you think I'm going to run into that slab? Was it in the All Slabs channel? Let's see. Did he mention it? All right, so maybe it's in the All Slabs channel. I'm looking for it, okay? If it's in the Discord server, we have to mark it sold. So it always helps if you guys mention where you pull it from, but I don't know if it's in the All Slabs channel. Actually cannot remember. And these pictures are terrible. I need like a system for picture taking. Let's see, did you say where? The All Slabs channel. Okay, the All Slabs channel. Scrolling through it. One trick, by the way, guys, in the All Slabs channel is just put the date down. Let's see. Oh my God, how many pictures do we have in here? Oh my God, it was the very first picture. All right, Cobra sold. Thank you very much. Now, Cobra is going to be in here. We got to mark it sold so no one else tries to buy it. He's going to be in A's. He's probably going to be buried too, so we got to go deep. Kara's going to be expecting me for lunch in a minute here. Thermostat at 85 with the windows open. Ooh. No way, dude. That sounds terrible. I like it cold, man. I like it nice and cold, especially indoors. I don't know about outdoors, but indoors, it's got to be so cold that I need a blanket. Cold with the blanket. Okay. We're going to find this guy. All right. All right. Digi collection, please. Yes, sir. We'll get you a picture to the Digimon collection. We just got to find him first. I know he's going to be deep in this box because it's a picture at the very beginning of the Discord server. So he's in here somewhere. tell me he's not in the Pricey Slabs channel. I'm going to go nuts if he's in the Pricey Slabs channel. Oh my God, I'm not running into him. It can only be... All right, hold on. Let me zoom into his picture real fast. It's just called Cobra, so it should be in this box. But if it's not, that must mean we put him into the Pricey Slabs channel, which he's too cheap to go in there, so that's my mistake. Oh my God, he's not here. That's my mistake with the sorting for putting him there. Probably I put him there because I wanted to sell him for sure. So I thought, okay, we'll put him in the Pricey Slabs channel to give him more attention. My bro. The devil would ask God for forgiveness when he knows what's going up in his head. I don't know. What's going on up in your head, Mary? Let's see. Put this here. Put this in here. Have no fear. It hasn't sold, so I know it's over here. It's most likely just going to turn up in the Pricey Slabs box. You know, my gut told me he was there, but when I saw him in the All Slabs channel, I said, okay, he's in the All Slabs channel. So that means he has to be in the C box. The C box is the ABC box. But of course, he's going to be in the box that my stomach told me he was probably in. I should have just looked there first. Wow, we got a good number of ABC slabs. Okay, lots of slabs in the ABC box. Let's go pull him up. He's going to be over here. I bet you, well, oh my God, dude. Why are the slabs so slippery? All right. Oh, here he is. Found him. Okay, lovely. All I had to do was reach down and pluck him out of that box and not drop 5 slabs on the ground. All right, we got it, guys. Yeah. The sound of plastic slabs hitting the floor. So there we are. Lovely. Let's take a picture, just as requested. Okay, and we're gonna say NHCC. Click. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate it. All right, so no more orders, guys. Oh, we better put his name on the back, as is the rule. There it is. Now, there was one more order. It was Mark J. Valerian, 1 box of Chinese Gem 2. Yeah, so check out the Chinese Gem Pokemon, guys. It's way cheaper now. Look at Gem 2 Pokemon in the menu. It's so much more affordable. Not sure what comes in Gem 2. I forgot. For 1 box of Chinese Gem 2. Here we are. Chinese Gem 2 is Evolutions. Here we are. You can also trade your hollows out of here for spots in the trade break, okay? Even though each pack comes with 3 hollows, which means they probably aren't worth too much. They're also in Chinese. Trade slab still active. Yes, it is. There's 1 spot, I think. Okay, but that's going to have to wait for the nighttime, the evening stream, because we're all done after this. You can buy the last spot, or you can trade $5 for it. Trade cards that are adding up to about $5. All right. Just send a PayPal for, it's just a slab. All right, sounds good. We have some additional slabs to price up. I haven't priced them yet. There we are. So maybe we get that done in the nighttime stream. Okay. I'm going to try and show up to that stream a little earlier, because I feel like yesterday night we only got to stream for, I mean, it felt like we only got to stream for 2 hours, and I didn't like that. I want to get at least a full 3 hours in. So I got to try and drop everything I'm doing to get to the stream in time. 6 hours a day stream time, it's good stuff. Although it makes it really hard to get submissions and stuff like that done. You really have to struggle to get all this work done in time. Okay, here's Jolteon. What a nice Espeon. Okay, we're sleeving up the Master Balls. But, I mean, to be honest, look how often they're coming out. I don't know if they'll ever be that valuable. You could just treat them like another holo. I mean, look, I guess that's what we started doing. Yeah, there's like 1,000,000 Master Balls in here. Here's Jolteon V. Here's Eevee Master Ball. I think what people really collect from this set are these right here. Same artwork, but with the stamp. So the stamps are considered a higher rarity in this set. And so these are kind of like the middle of the pack chase cards, not these Master Balls. I'll sleeve this one up for you, though. We'll be consistent. So next time, I probably won't sleeve the Master Balls up, just the stamped cards. All right, there we go. So your box did not contain an AR. We're looking for ARs, by the way. Those are the hits. So we've got 1 stamp, 2 stamp, 3 stamps. So the whole box contained 3 stamps. And by the way, this Leafeon with the triple stars, that's your hit in this box. So that's how your hits go. These stamps have 2 stars. This has 3 stars. And the Master Ball are only 1 star. They're actually considered kind of like a common in here because these are all 1 star as well, all of these. So these are all 1 stars. So you walk away with a lot of holographic evolutions, but these reverse holo stamps are the special pulls here. And in the future, they might be kind of collectible. Right now, they don't feel that way, but yeah, 3 stamps per box. Yeah, I think those end up being kind of collectible. But again, you are looking for the exclusive artworks in here, and you didn't pull one. But they pull every couple of boxes, roughly. All right, Mark. For me, it's both. I don't want you to nag me about what's wrong when I'm not sure myself, but I don't want you to ignore my suffering. What? Here's Mark. Here's Mark. Aha, Mr. Mark. All right, lovely Mark. Keep the hollows. Thanks, Mark. Appreciate it. All right. So if you had about 3 times as many as these, we give you a trade spot. I'll make a mental mark in my mind to remember next time you give a chunk of hollows like that. We'll give you a free trade spot. Let's see. Keep the hollows. I went through why don't I know what I want era, and to be honest, it helped. You already know how that goes. It's got to be hard on yourself. If he doesn't have a hidden stash of chocolate to offer you every time you're upset, he better start getting one. Here's an order from Mr. Tyler. He says the checklist. Oh, yeah, that's a nice little card, isn't it? There it is, Pokemon checklist. It's in a heavy PSA slab. You'll like it. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Very good. I'll place my next order on the evening stream. You can place it now, and we will service it at the beginning of that stream. And here's a Jaded Heisenberg for a risky Poke Shuffle. Here you go, Mr. Jaded. I'll service that right now. You know, if you think about it, Poke Shuffles are not that fast to service if you get a hit. That's a cold one, though, so we are all done. John Lucas Gengar, though. Where'd that John Lucas Gengar go? There's Darkrai, which nobody jumped into Darkrai. That's kind of sad, isn't it? Nobody jumped into Darkrai. You guys don't like Darkrai, huh? Poor little Darkrai. What's in here? I noticed you guys didn't jump in that Jigglypuff either. All right, so it's interesting. The Gengar's not showing up here on the table, so you must be either very close nearby, or we pulled him down or something. Could we have pulled him down? We might have sent him down to Alexis already. All right. I'll keep that in mind. John, Darkrai is my favorite. Wait, is there a Darkrai break? There is a Darkrai break. It's called a gym break. Here it is. So this is Darkrai Tag Team. And it's graded by us. A long time ago, actually. So there it is. So that's a $30 break. Let me go ahead and print a label for John Lucas. There it is. It's going to be the large priority mailbox. Behind Wick, behind Wick. The Gengar? The Gengar's behind Wick? All right, let me go ahead and grab this. Okay. And we're going to say Gengar slab. I thought it was that one. I thought so too. I wonder if we set them to the side. We set a couple things to the side. Look at these. Those are nice, aren't they? I got some slabs to price up, guys. I got a couple slabs to price up and sell. Like this Terry Sherman. I got some of his stuff to price up. Yeah, we actually have a surprisingly good chunk of slabs that need to be priced up. So come back tonight, and if we have enough time, I'll get these slabs priced. Always running into slabs, you know, always finding more. I saw it on the table. I did too. I don't understand where we set it. We must have set it somewhere. All right, but anyways, I'm going to hop off now. Thank you so much, guys. I'll see you for the evening stream. See you later, everybody.